Well, what a difference a day makes. Good morning and welcome back to KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show in the KROQ studios this morning. Some of us are here at least. And yesterday, I guess, Allie, we may have downplayed the severity of the winds that we were warned would be, quote, life-threatening winds. Because at the time, like an idiot, now I will admit that sometimes I'm an idiot, I didn't think about the fire aspect of it.
You didn't?
I just thought about the wind part of it.
Well, every time there are strong winds, we have some kind of fire now. It's a 100% chance.
That is proving to be more and more true. And here we are in the KROQ studios. But yesterday, just after the show, we were down the hall having a meeting. And that is when I got the first text message from a buddy of mine who works just, looking at Pacific Palisades. He works in Santa Monica. He's got one of them fancy office jobs. And he sent me a picture of what at the time was just a little smoke from one of the hills there. And he goes, I hope this doesn't get bad, which was an alley-level mush right there. And, of course, we saw how quickly, that was 11 o'clock yesterday morning or whenever we had that meeting?
Yeah, and then by the time I was driving home, I don't know about you, but it was just along the whole skyline. And then now the Palisades fire is by far not the only fire. There's like 4, and then I think there's more being called in now. Yeah,
we got people on the phone that are either evacuated, being evacuated. Gus, good morning. We're here today for you, whatever we can do to try to make today more tolerable. Of course, thinking of everyone that is displaced. I will say this much, and hopefully this doesn't change during the morning. As of right now, and if you were to look at just some of the many, many videos, news coverage that we've seen, the fact that we can still, I believe, say that no one is dead as a result of this is
why'd you have to say that?
It's a miracle. At this point, it's a miracle, and I hope it stays that way. I know there's been some burning. I know there's a firefighter that was injured, but you watch these clips. I mean, I got people reaching out to me from all over the country that are going, what is going on? It looks like the world's
hellscape.
It looks like a Michael Bay movie that everyone would go, even Michael Bay has taken it too far.
Yeah.
It is so sad.
Then if you just think about, it's the beginning of the year, and why is 2025 being such a ball sack already?
Really effing us. I mean, Allie's cat dying was the highlight of the year so far.
Seriously.
That's the
that
worst.
was, the best thing that happened.
Gus, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm close to I'm in Santa Monica, but I just wanted to wish you guys okayness.
Yeah, well, okayness.
Well
what
said.
a
That's
beautiful message. Are you evacuated or on your way to be evacuated? What's the situation now? Because I know last night, as I was trying to go to sleep, even though my wife told me I shouldn't go to sleep because she said I had to stay up on watch all night, whatever the hell that means.
All come.
All not come.
All not come. I did hear they were, Santa Monica was in a full evacuation, right?
We're close. I'm on the border of I'm close.
So are you packing a bag now, or did you already pack up, or what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, my car is packed just in case. But, I'm just waiting right now.
Saw some guy on the news last night, and some coverage. I mean, incredible coverage. A couple of things I saw that really blew my mind. At one point, they went to a reporter. I think he was KTLA, and the guy was doing a report, and the house he was reporting in front of started catching fire. The guy picks up a hose on the side of the house as he's doing the report, and he starts putting out the fire. There's a reporter.
But wouldn't you think you're a reporter, you're out there covering something, and then literally people are doing the hardest work right behind you,
right? And
there's a hose not being used. Wouldn't you feel for a second like, man, I should probably, if I'm here, do something?
If you want that Emmy, you got to do that, for sure. And then I saw a guy that was evacuating, finally decided to get out of his house, and this was, I think, Pacific Palisades, maybe Malibu, and he was on a bicycle, Allie, and he was holding, with him, he had his backpack on, and he had 2 paintings he was holding in his arms. And he said to the reporter said, are you evacuating right now? Clearly the guy's, yeah, I'm out of here. My house is on fire now. I got to go. And he goes, what can I do for you? And he goes, this was NBC. He goes, can you take these paintings? Because imagine trying to ride a bicycle with paintings. He had 2 big paintings.
And you saw the video of the firefighters that were taking photo albums out of this other house that was burning, and they were carrying a grandfather clock, like a big-ass, old, antique-style grandfather clock.
That's why I'm glad I don't have nice things.
Exactly. I was like, man,
because that is
nice stuff is heavy.
You get into that decision. I know you've lived, obviously, you've been through this many times where you are, and you've had to pack quite a few go bags. You got to make those decisions at all times. And there are
We're in the no insurance area.
Oh,
man.
They might as well just leave it there.
Or they've given up on us, pretty much.
Well, anyway, we're here for you this morning. Thoughts with everyone. I mean, look, at some point, we're all kind of affected by this. Even just the eeriness that is in the atmosphere this morning.
Oh, if you're on the road at all today, you're feeling it.
But we will be here all morning long, try to give you a distraction and, of course, give you updates as they happen from our friends over there at the KNX here on KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show, live on 106.7 KROQ, also on YouTube. You can join the live stream if you'd like. We are up there. And I know
probably not the live stream that you're...
No, this is the least important live stream currently happening in Southern California. But if you want to spend some of your morning with us, we're here. So you can find us there as well. Just go to KROQ's YouTube page, give you updates throughout the morning. I'm sure, look, if you really want information about the fires now that are burning and the wind and all that, you're probably not coming to KROQ anyway, because this is not where we thrive.
We're not fire experts.
No, we're not.
Or breaking news experts.
In fact, I saw on one of the stations last night, because obviously they want firefighters, but the firefighters are busy being heroes and trying to save as much property and people as possible. So then they kind of go down the rabbit hole of, like, we have a former volunteer firefighter. I saw that guy. And then we had some guy that was just labeled as a fire enthusiast, which I thought was problematic.
So an arsonist?
Like an arsonist. And then I saw our good friend, Dr. Lucy Jones, the earthquake expert.
Whoa!
She was on one of the channels. And I'm like...
They're like, I don't know, just go any earth, anything related to earth. Just book her.
Who can we get? Because everyone wants to get someone that... can speak about this intelligently.
Well, because they're also covering it for hours on end. And I feel people at KNX and all these, news organizations that have to cover it wall to wall for hours and then talk to multiple different experts and just try and keep anybody updated, which feels impossible because everything's moving so fast.
We got to get that guy from Red Zone Channel. That guy's used to it. That guy does nonstop coverage of football from first thing Sunday morning until the late games. And that guy don't even go to the bathroom, I don't think. So
I was also
full bladder control.
Yeah, that's true. I was impressed with what the reporters were choosing to wear on the scene, too.
Mm-hmm. Like the big goggles, ski goggles?
Yeah, like they all had different setups.
Yeah.
They chose okay, I'm going full hazmat with the goggles, or I'm just going, there were all these different options that people were going with.
Yeah, one guy went a Coachella-style bandana.
Yeah.
And it was like, that guy's cool. And then others went full-on protect. It was really... It's just incredible and sad. Obviously, we're all bummed out. We're going to try to lighten the mood as much as possible as we try to do around here on a daily basis. I know it's hard to believe this is intended to be a comedy show sometimes, but that is the goal. Sure. So eventually, I'm sure we'll all end up making fun of each other, and we will feel worse, and hopefully you'll feel better. We got $100 up for grabs. We will give that away. Obviously, the news cycle has been pretty dominated by what's been going on. There's other stuff happening, though. If you'd like to get in, get yourself an easy $100. We have to pay the people. So we'd love to pay you if you'd like to get in. 800-520-1067. We'll do some Allie Knows the News the second we're back from this quick break, and then we'll get into the complete show we have in store for you, including a spot on that standby boarding list so you can get the hell out of Southern California and get to London for some justice. That is destination number 1 of the Mile High Club. That's all coming up this morning. Plus, we'll hear from you as well. Your stories, if you need us, we're here at 800-520-1067. Back after this. Smelly Show. Lots of news about these fires that continue to burn all over Southern California.
There's a fire?
Believe it or not, Omar, there's a fire. There's a fire. In fact, people are asking about your neck of the woods because, we all live in different parts of Southern California. I'm in the Valley. Allie's in the deeper Valley. Omar's in Rancho Cucamonga because it's funny to say.
We all decided to live purposely as far away from each other as we could.
People always ask, what's the magic of this show? And it's distance is the magic. Jake is powerless in Burbank right now. No power in his little Jake shack. And he's annoyed by that because he says all of his neighbors have power.
It sucked.
And Jake has no power, and he's really annoyed by that because utilities are included in his rent. So he's
thoughts
not.
And prayers, Jake.
Yeah, I want to run that all day.
Jake said it's the worst thing that's happened so far since these fires began is that he has no power, so he can't watch his Tool videos on YouTube or whatever the hell he does.
The most tragic of all is that Jake was about to shower, and then his power went out, and he was not able to get hot water, so he couldn't shower.
I had the water on and almost was getting in, and then it all went shut down.
So we're all losing today.
That is
interesting.
No.
Yeah, where's the news covering that story? Because Jake he did let us know ahead of time. I want to warn you ahead of time. I may be a little extra stanky tomorrow. I will not be showering.
I'd rather go outside and smell the fires.
And by the way, did you see when Jake sent that email? The next email we received was the company saying, work from home today if you can. I think that was as a result of Jake more than anything else. I think the entire building got to work from home today because Jake sent an email saying that he was not going to shower.
All right, that's it. We all need to go home.
Everyone else can work from home. But we're here in the KROQ studios to keep you company and update you as things develop.
I don't even know if some people can work from home. They don't have power or internet.
Or home.
Or,
a lot of people can't even be at their home. I mean, the amount of friends I have, people I know, friends of friends that are like full-on evacuated mode. And I got some of the texts and calls, and of course, you do the human thing. You say, well, if you need a place to come stay, you can stay with us. But then they hear my dogs and kids screaming in the background. They're like, nah, we'll just chance it.
I think this fire is probably a better situation.
We'll go to the evacuation center with thousands of other people and avoid the chaos that is your house. All right, let's go ahead and give away some money. In fact, Allie, you've so inspired our listeners that someone who's never even called the show before felt the need to call and sing a theme song just for you.
Hey, guys, first-time caller, long-time listener. She says she's hot, but she's in Aquarium 6, and that's being generous. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
First time she ever called the show, and she felt the need to do a theme song making fun of you being in Aquarium 6.
Thank you to that child or sick woman.
I think that's more of a reflection of the air quality currently right now, which is not good. Let's get into it. 5 questions, $100 every morning right around this time. Let's say hi to Barbara in Torrance. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
Thank you for spending some of your morning with us. Let's give you the shot as Allie will sequester herself outside the KROQ studios.
Okay.
5 questions worth $100 if you do better than she does. And the news cycle dominated by what we're all going through right now. Other things happening in the world as well. Let's break it down. Here we go.
Allie knows the news.
All right, Barbara, question number 1. Parked cars, as people evacuated and fled, were moved to make way for fire vehicles. But how are these parked cars that were left all over the roads moved?
There was a bulldozer.
Question number 2. This actor, and I would argue one of the finest actors that ever was or ever will be, jumped into action during the Palisades fire. Didn't just flee, but actually did some helping out. Which actor is making the news for helping out?
Oh, God.
He's one of the best.
We should mention that he was interviewed on air, too.
Oh, yeah, he was interviewed. He's been, it wasn't just there helping. He was on the news. He was on CNN last night going and all. I think he actually admitted to stealing a car to try to save a cat. I'm telling you, we got to find that story.
Is it Tom Green?
It's not Tom Green. Omar, you can't play the game. You work here.
Okay, sorry.
Tom Cruise. All right, well, that does sound like something Tom Cruise would like to say he's doing. All right, we go to question number 3. Girl Scouts are retiring 2 cookie flavors. Name one of the flavors that will no longer be available from the Girl Scouts.
Man.
Question.
I'm going to say Do-si-dos.
Do-si-dos. Go to question number 4. This iconic wrestler was booed at the WWE Raw event in Inglewood and the Netflix premiere. Which wrestler was booed?
Hulk Hogan.
And finally, question 5. After 24 years, the drummer of this band has quit.
The drummer of this band.
I'll say it's a KROQ band if that helps.
Okay, I'm going to guess, but hopefully not, Chad Smith.
Chad Smith of the Chili Peppers. All right. I think they've been together longer than 24 years. Let's bring Allie and we'll score it together. Barbara, thanks for calling and playing. Later this morning, we will be joined by some of the KNX reporters that are all over this thing. If you need some more information that will be probably a lot more thorough than what we're going to be covering on KROQ today, 97.1 FM KNX will take care of you. All right, here we go, Allie. Question number 1. Parked cars that were left all over the roads of Southern California as people fled were moved to make way for fire vehicles. But how were those cars moved?
Via bulldozer.
Bulldozer. That is unbelievable.
That was the first point in the day that I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's when things kind of took a turn of like, whoa, this is apocalyptic. But yeah, that is correct.
And nice cars to see them get all messed up like that.
That's got to be the fun. I mean, I know nothing's fun about what's going on,
that's
but
got to be so fun.
If you're the bulldozer guy and you're getting to push around some nice cars, that's got to be fun. Go to question number 2. This actor jumped into action during the Palisades fire. Was being interviewed, but more importantly, I mean, this guy didn't just flee, he helped. One of the finest actors that ever was and ever will be.
I feel like Trejo does that.
That does sound like
Was it Danny Trejo?
Does sound
Did he
like
save
very
all of the people?
Danny Trejo move right there. I would argue it's the white Danny Trejo, Steve Guttenberg. The great Steve Guttenberg.
The Goot?
The Goot. Police Academy.
Wow.
Bunch of other things.
Who's that?
I didn't never watch
Police Academy 2, Police Academy 3, Police Academy 4. Oh, they're still going, Allie. He's the best. You got please someone find the audio of his interview on CNN. He admitted to stealing a car to try to save some animals, and then he realized he should have admitted to stealing a car. But it's a great chat with Steve Guttenberg. Go to question number 3. Allie's still up. Still tied 1-1. We go to question 3. The Girl Scouts are retiring 2 cookie flavors this year. Name one of those cookie flavors that will be retired.
Yeah, I know one of them is Toastier.
Toastier, which I think is their French toast
which you
flavor.
Can't say without sounding gay.
It's impossible. I think it makes you gay, actually. Toastier! Oh, damn it.
It's like our abracadabra. Toastier!
Toastier is correct. They're getting rid of that one because too many people were turning gay. And the other one they're getting rid of is the one that they just brought to us a few years ago. It was a big deal, the s'more.
Yeah.
Which is, you remember, that one you couldn't even order. You had to like get that one in person outside of a Ralph's.
And then remember the raspberry rallies? Those were like, everybody was obsessed with those, and then they went away really quickly.
So anyway, Allie gets the point on that. Goes up by 1. 2 questions left. Barbara, you were tied up, but now you're down 1. Need a comeback. This iconic wrestler was booed at the WWE Raw event in Inglewood and also on the Netflix premiere.
Are you going to do your impression?
No.
The Hulk Hogan?
That's right, brother.
No, brother.
Allie gets that. She got that as well. Barbara got another point, but Allie's still up 1. Final question. After 24 years, the drummer of this band is calling it quits. KROQ band, if that helps.
God. Social Distortion?
Ah, interesting guess. That also, I think, would be longer than 24 years. She said Chad Smith, Chili Peppers. The drummer from Taking Back Sunday is saying bye-bye. And Barbara, you put in a decent effort. Unfortunately, Allie still beat you by 1, holds on to her money for now. What must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ?
My name is Barbara, and Allie knows the news.
Hoping we could have paid the people today of all days. We're here, we're live. We know everyone's going through stuff. And it's weird because L.A. and Southern California is so spread out that usually when a fire takes place, like a Malibu one, if you don't live in Malibu, it feels, even though it's right in our backyard, it does feel kind of distant. This one, for whatever reason...
Well, it's because there's like 5 spread out through all of L.A.
Right. You got Altadena, and you got people that are being evacuated all over the place.
Silmar.
It's sad, scary, and we're here if you need us. And if you don't, KNX probably will be more useful for the information you're looking for. But we will be putting on a show today anyway. It's KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. If you need us, we're here at 800-520-1067. Later this morning, going to throw a name on that standby list, get you to London, escape the madness that is happening currently in all parts of Southern California. Later this morning, some KNX reporters will be on with us. Allie will, of course, will be updating you with the A.D.D. news as well, and then we'll do all the other things that we had in store for you today. I think we had a petty claims court to get to. I think that'll still happen. Relationship hangs in the balance, and as you know, January is officially not only divorce month, but also this is the month that everyone that is doing online dating is like trying to get their profiles up to snuff so that they're ready to start dating again. Everyone except Vanessa. Vanessa's on a dating detox, a dating cleanse. She will not date anyone, she says, until the summer.
Unless they're a woman.
Or maybe 2026, guys. I'm feeling very confident. I read for 3 hours yesterday. 3 hours.
What'd you get through, one page?
No.
What?
Yeah, Cellar Bros. Woo!
Did you just read shame her?
Yes, I read shame her.
Why don't we both read terrible joke? Marathon?
That's not a terrible joke, Vanessa. It's a great joke. It's a great joke.
It was funny.
Both of you would read at an equally bad pace, and you know it.
I think that, to be honest, because I was in the turtle reading group for the longest anyone's ever been in the turtle reading group in school, like everyone got moved past. I think that I was still in that in middle school, turtle reading, which I think they only invented for kindergartners. I think Vanessa would probably graduate the turtle reading group faster than me. And English is not even her first language or her second one.
I know.
For me, it was all I had.
The thing is, you choose not to read.
That's right.
You will look at something. You will even tell me about a book that you heard was good and then say, I'm never going to read this, and I refuse to read it, but you should read it.
Yes, I'll ask other people to read it and tell me about it. In fact, when a waiter hands me a menu that doesn't have pictures on it, I'll just hand it right back and say, what do you like? And then they give me a couple of things, and if I don't like it,
draw it.
Yeah.
Terrible joke.
Can you draw? And stop joke shaming me, Vanessa.
This is truly devastating. It's the most devastating thing that's happened.
Okay, it's hard to tell anymore what's real Vanessa versus recorded Vanessa. So anyway, we got that to get to today, and some other stuff planned as well.
Did you pack a bag or anything last night?
Well, right before, I don't know, it was 9 o'clock, I think, and we had some friends that I thought were going to come stay with us because they had a full evacuation, and as of last night, didn't know if their house was still standing or not. Talked to a neighbor of theirs that said house was gone, and they said that it's really weird because on the street they were on, it was one house gone, house next door not. But
you never see a ugly house burning down though. They're all beautiful.
Nice. I was even after the fact, I was jealous.
I was like I would still love to live in that.
So she was going to come stay with us, and then my wife said, just so you know, we may have some people coming to stay with us tonight. I said, all right, great. She goes, but also we may, what if she was concerned, because I live in the valley, but there's no fires over there, but
it was traveling so quickly and the winds were shifting so quickly that you didn't really know where you were at.
She saw a report that said if a power line blows down, that was her big concern. A power line, because
because trees are falling
around and falling everywhere.
All of the fallen tree pictures that I've seen on Instagram is like everybody has a giant ass tree across their street.
Plus, we kind of picked the wrong week to put all of our Christmas trees in the middle of the street because those were blowing around like wild,
and they're all not watered and very dry. She
said, we should have a bag ready because if a power line goes down and then all of a sudden fire catches next door, it's going to be here in a second anyway. So I go, you want me to pack a bag or not pack a bag? Because you just said make a bed for a friend that's coming. Now you said we're leaving. So what are we doing here?
You got to prepare for both.
That's what she said. Be overly prepared. And then she said also one of us should probably stay up all night to keep an eye on things. And I was like,
one of us.
And I said, okay.
Okay, not it.
I vote you. And then she goes, no, it'll be you. I already took an Ambien. So I'm like, what? You can't.
Wait a minute. She wants to be prepared for anything, but is taking the Ambien?
I took an Ambien.
And then you're totally looped out for all of it.
Right. Who takes an Ambien and then says one of us should stay up all night? That's crazy.
If she did, it would have been a lot more fun for her.
Yeah. You should stay up all night on the
see what
Ambien.
she packs then.
So I said, what do you mean stay up all night? And she goes, well, someone's got to be aware. And I know that, where you're
so good at that.
I'm the worst at that.
You're the worst person ever at that. Aware.
Yeah, thank you, Omar.
You're so bad at watching.
Bad at reading, bad at watching. Bad at radio.
You're in the turtle watching group.
I shouldn't be doing any of this. So I said, all right, well, I just knew all I had to do was stay up longer than her, and I knew that I could see those eyes getting heavy.
It's like Santa.
So
if your house were to, start catching fire, are you grab the hose guy, or I'm going to hop in the car and let the fire guys deal with it?
Bring me a hose, too, is what I say, Omar.
Bring me a hose.
That's what I say.
Bring me a hose.
That is your motto.
That's what I say.
No, dude, you are a get the hell out of here.
I'm a hose guy.
And then you have no miles in your electric car, and then 3 miles down the road you're stranded.
I think you're lucky she asked you to pack a bag and not 6.
Yeah, that's right. She said, in case we have to leave, pack a bunch of luggage.
Because the thing is, for us, we packed a bag. Well, we packed a couple. And then in the morning, I could not find anything I needed to get ready in the morning. I was like, where's my allergy meds? Where's all the important? Where's my toothbrush? Katie had packed everything. And then the thing is, yes, the benefit is that you're prepared if there's an emergency and you need to leave fast. But then if you don't have to go anywhere, it's incredibly inconvenient because you have to unpack multiple suitcases when you didn't get to go on any kind of vacation.
Now, are you just packing clothes, or are you packing like the photo albums and all the keepsakes and all that sort of stuff?
It's weird because the first time we got evacuated, the first thing that Katie packed was our wedding dresses, which I thought was the least important thing in our entire house.
Yeah, what a terrible
But she was
pick.
like, they're the memories. I was like, I hate clothes and I don't care about clothes.
How heavy was yours, by the way? Weren't you a little overweight at that point?
No.
Oh.
I was actually the best I'd looked in my life. Thanks, Omar.
Terrible joke.
So, yeah, true.
But Katie's was covered in like these little jewel things. So it was so heavy.
The wedding dress.
The wedding dress was. And then she was...
What a terrible... I mean, of all the dumb things, and I saw people evacuating, a lot of people leaving, and everyone, you're in a moment of panic, but you think, what's important? What do I grab?
Well, and I was thinking, because of what we went through a couple days ago with the cat and everything, it really made us thankful that we have each other and we have family and everything. I was like, all we need is us and the other cat because I don't want to lose 2 this week.
Right.
That would really suck. All the other stuff can be replaced. I don't know. I was like, should I just bring this jug of water? I don't know what else to pack.
Any kind of real cool piece of art or something you'd take with you?
No, I'm not like you. I don't have weird psychedelic art in my room that I care about.
Allie's a basic bitch. She's got a bunch of dream catchers by her.
Yeah, I have Buddhas. I'll get new ones.
Buddha and dream catcher.
Became a party bar.
We will take a quick break. We'll back in a second with an actual look at the real news. Your A.D.D news will be coming up in a moment, and then we'll give you some things to try to distract you from today, or potentially you want information. We'll have that for you next year, KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
2025 started with so much hope. A new year. This will be great.
All 4 days of it.
This will be better.
There was
hope.
hope.
And it's slowly falling apart. But here we are together, and let's go ahead and give you the actual news, and we'll get into a brand new hour of the show. If you need us, the phone's 800-520-1067. Call, text. If you'd like to listen, go ahead. And some people bringing out that radio for emergency situations. Here we are. Or
Crank radio. They say you need it in your go bag.
Gotta have that crank radio. Set it to 106.7.
And don't forget your crank.
Yeah, that's also very important, or else you won't get the chili peppers in Lincoln Park that you oh so crave during times like these. Let's get into your news now. Then a brand new hour of the show can begin.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
All right, so obviously if you're just waking up, a lot happened overnight. If you're like us, you went to bed knowing that 1-2 fires were burning and things were getting pretty bad. Now, this is the biggest national story, biggest local story, obviously. There are 3 major fires, but more are being reported as we speak. It started with the Palisades fire, which has now destroyed dozens and dozens of homes and grown to 3,000 acres and counting. The Eaton fire, which is in the Altadena area, that's at 2,200 acres. Then you've got the fire in Sylmar. That's the Hearst fire, which is up to 500 acres. And another one just started in the Coachella area of Riverside. They're calling that the Tyler fire.
You ain't got to flame everything.
Right?
That is so true. You really ain't got to flame everything.
And you know what? F you, wind. I never liked you. I never liked even a gentle breeze. I always thought, it just dead heat, just regular weather with no wind, nothing. I don't like a city that has wind or is known for its wind. It's always bothered me. I never liked it.
You can't jump on board the anti-wind train now, Allie. You're trying to you're trying to take a side. And you want to be like, hey, Allie's always been hating wind.
I've been a wind hater all my life.
Never badmouth wind ever. Ever.
Yeah, she'd be like, F Chicago for sure.
I
Stupid
never
windy
lived in Chicago
city.
because of the wind. And technically, when I lived on the East Coast, the thing that made me finally throw in the towel was the wind.
I thought it was the fact you couldn't get hired as an actress.
That too.
Okay.
But
well, let's be honest.
I was also battling the weather, and on a windy and rainy day, I decided, F this. I shouldn't have to battle this as well as battling my failing career.
I don't want to battle younger, hotter, more talented people, and also I'll throw in wind as well.
Anyway, so the Tyler fire's up to 15 acres. They're responding to it now, so hopefully they can get a grip on that one before it spreads so we don't have 4 major wildfires. The good news is that the worst of the winds are supposed to be over. The biggest wind gust that they got yesterday, they said, was supposedly 94 miles an hour. Which I can't even, you know how at some of those discovering museums, they're like, here's what a real wind gust feels like.
Right.
They put you in one of those tunnel things. I think those even only get up to 50 or 60 miles an hour, and those feel like you're about to get knocked over. 94 miles an hour, I'd imagine windows are being shattered and people are, getting seriously injured and things like that. There's going to be an 8 a.m. news conference today, so there's going to be more information about the damage, the containment, etc. This is one of the most insane videos that came out yesterday because the Palisades, very few ways in and out, right? So the traffic when everyone was evacuating was insane. And then people got scared because they're in their cars and they're not able to move and the fire is moving quickly. So they decided to just get out of their cars and abandon their cars and flee on foot.
Remember at the beginning of COVID when people were rushing to the grocery stores and there was nothing on the shelves and you had that moment of feeling like this, it feels like I've been placed into a movie that I've seen a million times before, but now I'm actually in it. That is this scene right here.
That was the moment
with the
that you're
cars
like, this is a movie.
People hopping out of cars and running.
Well, and during the fires in Maui, people died because they were trapped in their cars and they didn't get out of their cars and they missed the opportunity to get out. So people were smart to leave their cars. But the thing was, they had to get the cars out of the way so that they could get the emergency vehicles in. So this is how they dealt with that.
I want to take you here live right now. So this is Pacific Palisades. All of these cars were ditched. So all of the drivers panicked. They took their keys. This is Palisades Drive as well as Sunset Boulevard. This dozer is just moving these vehicles out of the way. So if this is your car, unfortunately, it's an emergency situation. And this is what they have to do. This looks like a movie set. Unfortunately, this is real.
Yeah, so it was just insane to see all of the cars being moved out of the way. And also just nice-ass cars, too, like Range Rovers and stuff.
Imagine the people in those vehicles, how panicked and how much fear they had to leave their car. I mean,
I was thinking that, too. I was like,
insane.
what situation would I be in where I would actually run away from my car and be like, I don't care what happens to my car.
I feel like it might have been like a herd mentality. Like someone first does it and then and everybody else follows
Right.
him.
That is what. Yeah. Only there's one person, and that person probably just had to go to the bathroom really badly. Got out and ran.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was
let's go.
It's the same person who turns around on the freeway and goes on the off ramp.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You're like, just follow them.
I don't want to condone, stealing cars at a time like this, but Postmaster Johnny needs a car, and there's a lot of cars that are sitting on the side of the road there. So
I would say
he won't do
even
it. That takes effort. He won't do it.
That's right.
How's he going to get there?
He
needs a ride.
Couldn't possibly get there.
And then just if you want to do a little emotional eating, it's a great time because the Girl Scout cookie season has officially begun. This is, I guess, a little silver lining, a little positive news. And these are the smartest little saleswomen in the world, the Girl Scouts, because they know that you are about to give up on your New Year's resolution. They know that you can only go 3 weeks without shoving chocolate and cookies in your face.
And then you feel like you earned it.
And then, you're like, I need a treat.
Right.
So they are discontinuing the s'mores and the toast yays. Those will be discontinued this year. But I think this is another business move. This is clearly a Mexican pizza situation where they're going to take it away and then everyone's going to go, no, and then they're going to bring it back. But you've got Thin Mint Samoas, Caramel Delights, Peanut Butter Patties. You've got all the classics. And, of course, those are coming out now. So expect knocks on your door and phone calls.
Well, then they're going to, I think they're dropping 2 new flavors or something, because that's what they said. They had to remove the old ones to make room for some new exciting ones.
But they haven't announced what those are yet.
Haven't announced them yet. But I'm sure one of them will be great, one of them will be terrible. They're going to try to figure out a way to reinvent the raisin again.
Oh,
no one wants that.
Let's abandon the raisin with cookies. It never belonged in a cookie.
I agree.
It shouldn't go there. Let's just end it.
There's no worse feeling.
I never liked raisins all my life.
Yeah, Allie's been saying this. Wing and raisins are Allie's two biggest pet peeves. Every once in a while, though, you get a cookie from like five feet away. You're like, oh, there's a good chocolate chip cookie coming my way. And then you get close to it. You're like, oh, there's raisins?
I know.
Oh, it's the biggest letdown. And I know that
the first moment that my kid felt that, like he realized that, I was like, I feel so sad for you.
I like them.
Yeah, my kid took a bite. Of course, Jake does. I remember my kid took a bite one time into a cookie, thought it was chocolate chip raisin, threw the cookie. Threw the whole cookie. This isn't chocolate.
This takes a lot.
Let's get into a brand new hour of the show. Let's do it right now. Hopefully, we can make this the best hour of your life, but probably not.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, welcome to just after 7 o'clock here on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning. Later this hour, KNX reporter will be joining us if you need more updated information as to, school closures, road closures, evacuation zones. All of that's being covered at our sister station, KNX 97.1 FM, or on the Odyssey app.
I am, I think, the only person in Southern California who just got the email, good morning to all, our schools are open today.
Oh.
We are aware at this time that there are public safety power shutoffs in effect in Southern California, but we will continue with the regularly scheduled school day and look forward to welcoming students at our campus at our typical start times.
I just got a text that my kid's school just got canceled.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Just right about 30 seconds ago.
What district are you, Omar?
Etiwanda School District.
Allie, which one are you?
CVUSD.
And we're not anywhere near those major fires.
Changing by the moment. Well, a lot of it, too, is just keeping people off the road. Leaving everything as open as possible.
Caution. There's a bunch of debris everywhere.
And it's not safe for kids to be outside at all. And then it's like, I felt bad even when I picked him up yesterday for all the teachers that had been inside all day, because they kept the kids inside all day just because of the wind, and they were already going crazy just from one day.
Yeah, the coolest thing I saw was a trampoline, one of those big trampolines
blown away.
It was in the middle of the street. It was cool. My daughter and I contemplated getting out and jumping on it.
It's a free trampoline at that point, right?
Yeah.
I took a picture. Stu, I showed Allie, but I didn't. A massive tree blown down and crushed a car underneath it, and decided that'd be a fun picture to show my kids. And then,
oh my God!
It apparently was not. They were terrified. They wouldn't go to. They were like really scared all night that the house was going to be crushed by a tree.
Aww.
And my wife blamed me also for bringing that fear to their life.
Fault.
Yeah, because
who else would she blame? You're the one who showed her the picture.
Who else
Who's she going to blame? The tree?
Yeah, but I was excited. I was like, oh, look how cool. They would think this was cool, too. It's kind of cool. It's not cool for the person whose car it was, but it's a cool thing to see.
Did you show it to your child who already has a broken bone?
That's right.
That's good on you.
Showed her first. Let's get into this one from Sum 41, and then Postmaster Johnny's on the phone. I have not spoken to Postmaster Johnny since last year.
Oh, how funny.
He has not been able to
Does
make
he not
it.
work here anymore?
I don't know. I think he's a day away from not working here anymore.
Oh, okay.
He needs rides. He can't get anywhere.
How many days can you just not show up before they...
He's getting to hockey games, Disneyland, movie theaters.
You know,
he's getting by okay.
Omar makes a really good point. Postmaster Johnny has not been able to make it into this job because he can't get a ride. His car is dead. But if you look at his Instagram, this guy's living the greatest life ever.
He's like, the power went out at the movies last night. I'm like, how do you get to the movies?
Yeah, I know.
Right?
We got to confront him in a second. I know there's bigger issues.
He was in my town. He could have slept in the Jake Shack and drove with me.
He can get everywhere, apparently, in Southern California, minus this radio station. And he's been documenting it all, so I don't know what's happening.
He would be the guy, though, that's like, guy doesn't go to work for 6 years and still gets paid.
Right.
Like,
Well,
he'll be that person.
We'll get to this in a second. First, Sum 41 KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley's show. On the show, you got me, Klein, you got Allie over there, and then you got Postmaster Johnny, who's usually in the back taking the calls. But
I don't know if you can say usually anymore.
Well, that's right.
He's always just walking around.
Once in a while, you get Postmaster Johnny here. Look, I like Postmaster Johnny. I met him. He was working at a pitch and putt golf course a few years back. He said, hey, you're the guy from KROQ. I said, but yeah, that's a fact. And he goes, I'd love to work there. I said, all right, you think you can show up every day on time? He goes, absolutely.
That's not how he tells the story.
How does he tell the story?
He tells the story like he was brought in, like we were like scouting him. That's how he tells the story.
Like he got discovered?
Yes.
Well, look, I like Postmaster Johnny, and I think that he adds a lot of, unintentional humor to the show. I'm a big fan of Johnny Doesn't Know. And
you like him as an employee?
Some days.
Klein found him and sought him out and groomed him. That's what you do.
I groomed a young boy.
Yeah, you like doing that. You always have a young boy.
Don't pull that clip. Take that. Do not pull that clip. I was off the record. Anyway, I like Postmaster Johnny. Usually, he's good for vibes. And he's never worked in a place like this before, so he started every other job he's had has been like a real job sort of job. So he started realizing, it's so cool. You get to go to fun shows and this and that. But I still told Johnny early on, I said, Johnny, the only way you get through the fun stuff here at KROQ is if you do the unfun stuff. And most of the day, it's unfun stuff. Meetings and PowerPoints and stupid graphs we got to look at.
And commuting.
Commuting. That's part of the job as well.
And also, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me, any way to further your career here in any kind of entertainment industry, you have to do a lot of the work, S-work, for free.
Right.
And spend a lot of long hours doing stuff for free. When I started at KROQ, I was only allowed to get paid, I think it was like 16 hours. However, I was working like 50-hour weeks.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, and then you have to expand your skill set so that you feel like you're a real asset to the company and to the radio station, right? So you feel you're irreplaceable.
I thought Johnny was pretty reliable for the first, let's call it year and a half of his employment here, and then he started having, quote, car problems. Now, unlike Beer Mug, who made up a lot of car problems, but his car was fine, Johnny's car really was falling apart. So we went above and beyond to do some things to get him a working car so he could get in here, including...
Also, let's clarify that Johnny's not 18 or 19. He's a grown-ass 26-year-old, right?
Well, he's 26. I don't know if I would say he's a grown-ass 26-year-old.
Okay, but that makes a difference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, dumb 18, 19-year-old, okay, I think, I'm going to let you slide a little bit. You're out of college, you're 26 years old, that's a very different place in your life.
Right.
Yeah, you're fully supposed to be adulting by then.
Yeah, but I don't think that is the case anymore. Yes, I agree, but based on, old school mentality, sure.
Yeah, he still eats mac and cheese and chicken tenders.
Right. Guy eats some peanut butter out of a jar.
You're making excuses for the guy, dude.
But
he's a child.
I do remember when I was 16, 17, 18, there would be major problems with my car that I would completely ignore because I did not know how to be responsible.
My engine blew up because I didn't nobody told me that you have to put oil in the car.
Right.
Seriously.
But in your 20s, you kind of hammer that stuff out.
Hey, Johnny, hold on. Johnny, you there?
What's good?
Hey,
Hi,
buddy.
Johnny.
We miss you.
I miss you guys. I miss you guys too. I feel like I haven't seen you since before Christmas break, dude.
Well that's because you haven't.
That's a fact.
I know. I feel so out of wow. Okay. Hey, how you guys doing?
He's making light of the entire situation already.
But Johnny, do you plan on ever coming back to work here or no? Because Allie did bring up a good point. I know you don't have a working car anymore, even though we just got you brand new brakes and did a bunch of other things.
Which we didn't realize was pointless at the time.
I mean, we literally just got you brand new working brakes, and we didn't realize the other part of your car was useless.
Yeah, that was so annoying, too, is because,
what was the thought process there?
I was just like, dude, we literally just got new brakes put into this, and he's like, yeah, but your engine's, your transmission or something's, blown. It's not even worth fixing.
Is it the engine or is it the transmission?
It was the engine, because the transmission just got replaced. I put, $2,500 into that a year ago. And it was still under warranty. He's just like, no, your engine's just, with age, it's done.
So then here's what we're trying to understand is when the car stopped working over the break about a week into the break. Now your car has been not working for 2 weeks. Is the solution going to continue to be I'm not coming into work until ... What are you expecting to happen next?
Well, right now I'm only available to get or borrow my sister or my mom's car. On Thursday and Friday.
Do those cars not come here? Couldn't you borrow one of those cars and drive that car here?
Yeah, that was the plan, but only on Thursday and Friday. Now, I was actually planning to come in tonight or today, this morning, but we're in the evacuation area right there next to the Silmar fire, so we can go to bed till 2 o'clock. And I was just like...
Well, evacuate yourself over here. What the hell?
yeah, pack a go bag and go here.
Dude, I'd love to, man. I miss the gym and everything.
Then do it.
Too.
I miss the gym.
Johnny, what about the job?
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that trainer yesterday and those New Year resolutions, and this is always the time downstairs where there's always random people.
Johnny, I don't want
to
talk about the gym. I want to talk about the thing that happened upstairs, which is this job that you haven't come to. But as Allie pointed out, we saw you on Instagram. You're at Disneyland one day. Yesterday, you're in Burbank at a movie theater. You're not sitting at. If you hadn't left your house in 2 weeks, I'd go, this poor guy can't get anywhere. It seems like you're getting old.
That was me, literally all on Christmas Eve when the car pooped out.
Hey, Johnny, what steps have you taken?
2 weeks, and it's insane. So I was just any jailbreak I could get to leave, or any excuse to borrow a car.
How about taking a jailbreak to go to work?
No, because then literally, I even thought of Klein's idea where he offered to pick me up from my friend's house in Studio City. But the problem is, if I leave and go back to his house, I can't stay at his house because his dad has clients coming in and out of the house all day.
But you hear what Johnny just said?
Then don't stay there. Go somewhere else.
I'm giving him solution. I said to him, Johnny, just get somewhere near the valley. I'll pick you up in the morning and bring you to work. I'll take you home. I mean, I can't even imagine a nicer offer.
Wait, you'll take me where, though? Take me back to Studio City? But I told you I can't go there because literally my friend's dad has clients.
Johnny,
so you figure it out.
Johnny. The point is people go back and forth to work without a car every single day. There are people that are able to use public transportation or get to work somehow without a working car. It happens all the time. I don't think the solution is I have to borrow a car from somebody else every day.
I want to talk to a listener.
It's not sustainable.
Sabrina, you were carless?
No, I just bought a new car. I have a old 97 4Runner that I didn't want to get rid of, but when I took it into the shop, they said it was going to cost like $8,000 to fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my baby, but I've been walking around for 4 months. I've been getting to work. I'm late right now because I'm the fires. I burned my hand this morning, and now they're going to be like, "You have a new car, and you're late."
Right, but for 4 months you had no car, and you still made it to your job.
I walked an hour. I took the bus.
Great employee. You want to work here?
Yeah, seriously.
Sabrina doesn't know. Omar, make the intro. Let's go.
I'm on it.
Listen to this. For 4 months, Johnny, she figured it out. She walked. She took the bus. She did things.
Yeah, we're figuring it out too right now.
We're not figuring it out.
Are you? What steps have you taken since the car broke down December 24th or whenever it was? What steps have you taken to get another reliable mode of transportation?
If you must know, what I've really been trying to do is actually get some sort of money so I could go and put a lease down on a car right now, but I don't have money to do that right now. So
why aren't you whoring?
How do you
Johnny?
expect to get a lease without a job? Because you're not going to have one here because you're not showing up to work.
Nice, phone's crapping out. Coincidentally. Right at the excuse time.
I think the problem here
By the way,
is that
didn't he contact the salespeople, like wanting to KROQ to hook him up with a car?
He said he would legally change his name to Hyundai or something if they like. He would, which I don't think is a terrible idea. We got to take a break. I can't spend more time on this. Johnny, figure out a way to get in here. I'm not.
It's crazy. Any other place, they'd be like, okay, you can't make it to work. Okay, bye bye.
Right, but whatever. I mean, get some. Vanessa, don't you have an extra pair of rollerblades?
What did you say? Sorry?
You got rollerblades?
Yeah, Vanessa's
I have rollerblades, Johnny.
Yeah.
I'll mail them to you.
if Vanessa did not have a car, she would get her ass
She'd
to
be
work
here.
every
Totally.
single day on a bus, a train, a kite, whatever
Yeah,
she would
be
do
here.
to get the hell
Well,
in
she's
this
able
office.
to use a kite.
Yeah, she's small enough.
Vanilla kite.
All right.
And Vanessa's picking up all of Johnny's slack like no problem.
All of
I mean,
us are.
she's like a little strapped, but I mean, dude,
We got to take
get
a
it
break.
together.
Got to take a break. We'll be back. We got more show to get to. I'm going to get yelled at from Vanessa. She's already yelling. Wrap it up in my head. We got to go. We'll be right back. Johnny, figure it out. If anyone's got...
No. Figure it out.
If anyone's got a job, Johnny's looking. That's what I was going to say. All right, bye.
Okay.
Join the Mile High Club.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Understand that there's lots of stuff happening in all parts of Southern California right now. We will be spending much of the morning talking about it and give you some updates as we get to your A.D.D news. KNX reporters joining us as well. Firefighters, cannot thank you enough for all that you are doing around the clock. You need more support, I know. Crazy yesterday because at some point the winds were so strong they couldn't even do it. No air support. They could not fly.
They can't. Yeah, they were like, this is. Well, I know they say unprecedented a lot, but they're like to have, now we're used to these wildfires, especially because of global warming and everything and the weather changing. But we've never had a situation where we're unable to even get air support to help combat the fires.
So there's very little that we feel that we can do. Powerless, it feels like.
However, a lot of people are literally powerless.
When there is a couple that is fighting over something petty, that's at least a problem that we can tackle. And we've got a couple that we're going to meet in a moment. You will become a jury of their peers. And if you are in a relationship, everyone knows the most important part of any relationship is scorekeeping. Knowing who's right, knowing who's wrong, keeping track, and then being able to drop that tally over the years and say, I've been right 135 times since we dated, and you've only been right 120 times, so I win this relationship.
That's going to mean a lot in divorce court.
It's going to mean a lot. That's why we get you to petty claims court, so that this month, the biggest divorce month of the year, I think the biggest divorce week of the year, can potentially not affect you. It's time for petty claims court.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is Petty Claims Court.
Say hi to Danielle, who has put in the claim against her boyfriend, and I don't even know what she's upset about, but I know it's something petty. Danielle, welcome to KROQ. Hi.
Hi, it's Danny.
Oh, hi. Hi, Danny. Good to have you on with us. How long have you been with your boyfriend before we find out what he's doing?
We've been together for 2 years.
2 years? Oh, wow. Not that you can't have petty arguments within 2 years, but that's
usually when they begin, I think.
That's when that's when all of a sudden this person's not perfect anymore.
That's what's like, oh, so cute, you leave your socks everywhere, turns into, oh, you leave your socks everywhere.
Right,
that's what happened to me.
Do you guys live together, Danny, or no?
Yeah, we lived together for already over a year.
Okay.
Wow,
all right,
fast.
Well, moved quickly. All right, we're going to bring your boyfriend on in a moment to defend himself, but what is it that he does that you felt the need to settle here at Petty Claims Court?
Yeah, so my issue is he's very helpful, and I will start with that, but when he loads the dishwasher, we'll have so many dishes and stuff. He loads it, but he'll never run it.
So it'll be completely full, can't fit anything else in the dishwasher, but refuses to take that final step to just run the dishwasher.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's full or even empty, he just doesn't run it. So I'll come home and I'm going to, after a long day of work, I work 12-hour shifts, and I'm going to cook dinner. And, a lot of our stuff is in the dishwasher, and it's nasty and dirty and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So either I have to take it out and hand wash it and then use it, or I have to run it and then kind of just go from there. And it's just if you're going to throw it in, just run it. And, and that's just my thing. Or maybe there's there is a quick wash setting if it's not even a lot of stuff. And I don't know. I mean, we have everything there for it, or just hand wash it. I don't know.
He's using the dishwasher as dirty dish storage. And some would argue that already he's doing the harder part of the problem. That's the part that's weird here, because he's doing the part that is the more difficult, annoying part, which is
rinsing, getting the food off, putting it in there.
We don't know if he's rinsing.
Well, no, I rinse everything, and even then, or I'll hand wash it even. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, because we have one of those two-side sinks, so even when the dishwasher is full or it's currently running, I'll hand wash the rest of it, and it'll be there clean.
All right. So. Yeah, women. I don't want to gender stereotype here, but women.
You don't want to, or you do want
to? I'm about to, yes. Women really do hate it when guys, at least I've learned in my relationships, do half of a job or even 90% of the job. They really don't like that. And as a guy, I go hey,
would you like it?
Yeah, any effort I'll appreciate. Any little bit of effort, even if it's just a little bit. But sometimes I'll go to the store, buy a bunch of groceries, pick them out, get home, put the bags on the counter, and I feel like my job is done now.
Oh, my God. No, I would complete my task.
And then my wife
I would never expect another person to pick up my slack. If I'm going to do the task, I finish
it. She'll say, why would you leave all the groceries on the counter? I said, I did the hardest part. I went to the store, I bought the stuff, I picked the stuff out, I put it in the bag, carried the bags up. Now I'm on the counter. All you got to do is put them in the fridge.
Do you ask her to put them away, or you just expect?
I just leave them.
So you just leave the eggs to just sit there and get warm and rot?
Well, after an hour, I feel like I would, let her know.
Are you also the person that will do the laundry but then leave it dried and wrinkled in the bin?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because I've done this. I'm just letting you know the mindset of what this guy's thinking. He did most of the job. He just didn't hit the button and put the soap in. So, Danny, we're going to bring your boyfriend on. He will defend himself. 2 years into a relationship. They've lived together for a year. Sam, do you agree with the claims that have been brought against you in this petty claims court?
You know, I see where she's coming from, but I do not agree with these claims.
Explain. Defend yourself.
Well, let me tell you something about this dishwasher here. This dishwasher is been a good friend of mine. You know, we get along well. However, these dishes that are in the sink are never ending, it seems like. So I will fill that dishwasher up to a certain extent. However, there is still room in that dishwasher to fit more, to do more stuff. I'm always hesitant to run that dishwasher because I know, like she's saying, I don't want her to come home to the dishes dirty by any means. Of course, I don't know what she's going to use for dinner. However, I feel like there is more room for me to use these dishes.
He makes a great point. There is always room.
There is always room. There's always the thought.
But there's a light setting.
No, but but there is, when there's more room like that, she's rearranging stuff around the dishwasher. She didn't like how I put, these bowls on the bottom. They need to go on the top.
Yeah.
Well, the bowls do go on the top.
No, anywhere.
Come in, tell me how I did.
Right. Yeah, I'm with this guy. I understand this guy. He makes perfect sense to me. I know they want you to put certain things in certain places. Don't just randomly throw forks all around.
The cups and the bowls go on the top.
If it fits in there, it fits. I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it fits in there, it fits. And she likes her different settings. She likes the heavy load. She likes this. So I don't want to run a normal when she wanted to run a heavy on it because she made pasta the night before and it's got sauce still on the pan. All this different stuff going on here. So it's like I'd rather just wait for the judge to come in here, tell me that I did a good job, boom, and then we'll run.
Right. So you think because she's so particular about the way the dishwasher runs, you think it's better to just leave that part to her?
Exactly, because like Klein said here, I'm doing 90% of the job. Why not just finish it at that point, But if I would, then I could, and I will 99% of the time. I'll do it, But I don't want to be that guy that's just running the dishwasher constantly, running it up, and then she doesn't know what's clean, what's dirty. So hey, with me at least she knows that it's dirty in there most of the time.
Let me just say, we understand that of all of the issues people are dealing with this morning in Southern California, this truly is the smallest and most petty, which is why it's petty claims court. And as someone pointed out on the text line, my aunt's house is burning down, but yeah, dishes suck. And yes, we are well aware of all that is going on. But this petty claims court is important because these petty issues, if they're not resolved, especially 2 years into a relationship,
these petty issues,
right, they will become bigger issues. And right now we've got Sam on, who's being accused by his girlfriend Danny of 2 years of not ever running the dishwasher. Sure, he loads it. He doesn't run it. Then she gets back. She's got a dishwasher full of dirty dishes that she has to then take out and hand wash, which eliminates the whole reason for the dishwasher.
That is such a move of shame, too, to have to reopen a dirty dishwasher, take it out, and then be like,
smell that's in there.
It's like all musty.
Hey, quick question. Sam, Danny, if Sam were to run it but then not unload, because that's the other thing, is the next level. I saw some people say in the text line, in our relationship, someone will run it but then they just leave him in there. Would you want him to also unload and that's a completed task?
I mean, I'm not going to be, the type of person to say, he has to do the whole thing just because I cook dinner every night and it would be nice for the guy to do the dishes and I'm cooking dinner, but I would even settle for just leaving them in there clean, and I'll even put them away. I'll accept that as long as they're clean.
Yeah, you make a good point, though, Klein. When does one task end and the other begin?
Right.
Because it's really just a cycle that's ongoing, Yeah. And if you are the one cooking, then I would assume the other person would be the one that's in charge of cleanup, but I understand Sam's point, too. When does the cleanup end? Because there's always more dishes.
Yeah.
And there are people who, they will put like 4 things in a dishwasher and run it. They have no problem doing that. But I'm of Sam's mentality where you can jam pack that thing as full as you possibly can before you run it and make sure you check with everyone and let everyone know I'm starting the run.
And if it wasn't for people like Sam that just let the dishes pile up dirty inside the dishwasher, then I would have never learned the luxury of eating cereal with a ladle. Because when you got no spoons left, you got to get creative. And yeah, have I used a spatula before to eat? Sure, I have. And a ladle for cereal let me get a lot more cereal in my mouth at one time. So sometimes
it's becoming really sad.
This is getting sad. 10 seconds closing arguments, then we'll open this up to a jury of your peers and as a distraction from everything else happening in Southern California this morning. Sam, we will give you 10 seconds first, and then Danny will bring it home. 10 seconds to defend yourself and try to get as many votes as you can on the text line. Go ahead, Sam. Oh, we lost Sam. Sam? Danny, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
We lost your boyfriend somehow. Either he's muted himself or he's given up on himself.
Well, when you miss your court date.
That's what happened. Right. Then unfortunately he's going to lose. You get 10 seconds to make your argument, closing arguments, before we try to get your boyfriend back on the phone. Go ahead, Danny.
Okay. Yeah, no, so my thing is I get home from a 12-hour shift. I come and cook dinner every single night. I also cook all the meals. I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinners.
Whoa.
And, yeah, and, when I come home, I want to just see some clean dishes so I can actually cook. And, when I have to double the work by taking it out and hand washing it, it just makes it really hard. And then, yeah, I am actually the one that cleans the kitchen after. I clean the counters and the stove. And
Time is up. Time is up. Well, all right, you're a catch. We get it. Sam, 10 seconds.
You can't let her do 90% of her
right
defense, Klein.
Well, that was time. 10 seconds. They get 10 seconds closing arguments.
Yeah, but she does more. You need to let her talk about it.
No. We get it. She does a lot. Everyone loves to brag about what they do. Sam, 10 seconds. Go ahead.
I understand everybody has their bad habits. However, with this one, I do not feel that I am in the wrong. I believe that dishwasher can constantly be loaded and loaded and loaded until, like Ali said, it can't anymore. So I believe that me leaving it open to more possibilities is not a bad thing.
Time is up. All right. Text line. First 100 votes will determine who's right, who's wrong, who wins this battle. Petty Claims Court. Are you voting for Sam, the boyfriend that apparently loads the dishwasher but leaves them there? Are you voting for Danny, who claims that is not a completed task, so it's not a task at all?
Or are you voting for paper plates, which would solve this whole thing?
Man, there's a lot of solutions coming through on the text line. First 100 votes determines who wins and who loses. The verdict on Petty Claims Court next, right here. Klein Alley Show, KROQ. Verdict in this petty claims court. If you're just joining us, we understand there's many more important things happening in Southern California right now. But there's a petty fight happening between Danny and Sam, dating 2 years. Sam apparently does put the dishes in the dishwasher, but that's where he stops his job. And Danny's not happy about it because when she gets home and needs dishes to cook or whatever, they're all dirty just sitting there.
And she explained a lot of the things that she does around the house, including cooking at breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. 909 said, I don't care who I'd vote for. I'd like to marry Danny.
Yeah.
Please let me know if this doesn't work out.
A lot of people saying that, really hoping that she wins this battle and then breaks up with Sam and she's on the market again. Hey, Rich, quickly, your thoughts, then we got to get the verdict and get out of here. What's up?
Why in the world does Sam need a pat on the back just for turning on a dishwasher? Come on, Sam.
Well, he's not turning on the dishwasher.
Be a man. Push a button.
He's not, right. He's not pushing the button. Sometimes it's annoying to squeeze that soap in. You got to slide that little thing down. I get it.
You know, and some people are saying, hey, if Danny wants it done a certain way, she either needs to communicate that to Sam or do it herself. But there were a lot of votes that came in, and even though a couple people voted for Sam, one person, 562, said I vote for Sam due to the water drought.
Oh, yeah, he's taking it. Yeah, that's right. Because the guy's got a real man mentality, which is that there's always more room in the dishwasher for something.
Yeah,
you can
and I
always
get
squeeze
that.
something. Never want to run it because it's never full enough.
But I would say probably 80 to 90% of the vote was for Danny, simply because she does so much.
Danny, you have won this petty claims court.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't see that coming.
That's going to come up in every... Well, that's awesome.
You are the winner.
Can't wait to bring that up.
You can now bring that up anytime you're in a fight with Sam forever, and hopefully you guys get to the bottom of this and your relationship thrives. But if it doesn't, reach out to us because there's like 5,000 people on the text line that want to date you, Danny.
Oh, no, I'll never break up with him. He's great.
minus that thing.
Yeah, minus that. Just one small flaw.
All right, hold on one second. Thanks for joining us, Sam. Sorry you're a big fat loser.
Thanks, guys.
You know,
Thanks,
I can go
Danny.
to sleep peacefully now, guys. Thank you.
All right, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you're in a relationship and you have a battle that you're dealing with, no matter how petty it may seem, you can always reach out to us, Petty Claims Court. Be right back in a second. Got your ADD news. We'll update you on everything happening with the fires. Apparently another one has just started now. Yeah. So we'll give you all those updates and also be joined by one of the KNX reporters, and that is all happening next right here on KROQ. here by the second, and in just a moment, KNX's John Baird, reporter on the scene, I believe in Pacific Palisades, will be on with us live. Of course, 97.1 FM, our sister stations, got your 24/7 news coverage and people all over the place as these fires continue to rage in Southern California. What else is happening in the world? Allie's here to break it down with your A.D.D. news, which starts right now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
Yeah, so if you're in Southern California, you're affected by these fires in some way. It's just that simple at this point. Half of L.A. County is burning. Chances are you can see it or smell it wherever you are. The Palisades fires, 3,000 acres. Then you have the Eaton fire in Altadena, the Hearst fire in Sylmar, the Tyler fire in Riverside. Now there is a new one being reported in Encino in the Sepulveda Basin. And all it takes is a flying ember or a tree hitting a power line to start a new fire. And as I'd said earlier, some of the worst winds are supposed to be over, but it's, their winds change so quickly that it's very hard for them to contain these fires. There's a news conference that's going to start at 8 a.m. with a more official update. But as far as damage, there's dozens of homes that have burned down in the Palisades, homes that were probably already affected by the landslides because that was an ongoing problem there. The Getty Villa was on fire yesterday. I don't know if the building itself had caught fire, but there have been mandatory evacuations for more than 80,000 people now. And if you've looked at some of those videos, I can say there's nothing that goes from beautiful to terrifying faster than a palm tree.
Jesus, so true.
It's like you see them all line the streets. It's so beautiful.
They're like
and seeing them all
too.
flamed, yeah, they just immediately turn to ash, and it immediately is just, they fly everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're dry as hell. So those are they become super dangerous really quickly. And then another video that just is really shocking to watch is those ones where it's like, people have like farms and animals and they're trying to get them out.
Horses, a lot of horses getting dragged
around. So this is somebody that was trying to evacuate a whole stable of horses.
Oh my goodness, these embers flying everywhere. Hi there, how many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of these guys out. We're not just going to let them burn.
We got a bunch out with trailers and there's a bunch in there still. How many more? We don't know. I don't know how many did you let out?
We took about 4 of them.
I mean, you can hear like just tons of horses. Yeah, I mean, it does sound like chaos, and it is.
Hey, Johnny, if you're listening, go get a horse, dude. They're running loose.
You probably get here by like 8:30 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, let's think outside the box. You need to get to work. There's
listen
horses.
to how many horses.
Maybe 12.
There's like
12 horses. Hey, some of them you couldn't even fit. You let them loose. So sad. I was thinking about all the wildlife. I mean, it's just obviously it's the human toll here, but just all the animals that are.
Well, and the landscape too, because and now we're unfortunately used to a lot of these fires, but when you drive through like even Malibu Canyon and places that have burned, and then you just see all the charred and knowing how much time it's going to take for all that to regrow.
It's crazy. John Baird is a KNX reporter, and he's on the scene and now joins us on KROQ. And you are in the Palisades, sir?
I am. It's actually unincorporated Malibu. It's just northwest of the Palisades, part of the fire, of course. And the winds are still blowing through here pretty good, not like they were earlier, but lots of burned homes. Firefighters trying to save the ones in between the burned homes. Sheriff's department rolling through here to keep the area secure, and fire trucks racing up and down these streets.
Do they know yet too much about the damage as far as some of the other buildings? Like I had heard the high school was on fire, but I didn't know if it had completely burned down. Do they know anything about that?
I have not been able to check on the high school yet. Obviously, that's a big concern. But the way this thing's been raging, anything could happen. I mean, you get a couple homes that are burned, and then you have 3 that are not burned, and then you have 4 that are burned. And it's just like that in all these neighborhoods.
I have quite a few friends I've been checking in with that do not know the current status of their houses, and they're watching the news like everyone else, just trying to see overhead shot, to see if it's their house, their street, etc. You've obviously been on the front lines for so many of these things. Everyone says this is by far the worst one they've ever experienced. Is that how you feel as well?
Oh, it's unbelievable, the way the wind was flowing and the way this fire just exploded. I just was with a gentleman, did an interview about half an hour ago, went up, checked on his house. He was worried sick about it, and he showed up with a firefighter just as I got there, and basically his house has some, it's like a mess, but it's not burned because he had sprinklers up on the roof. His neighbors across the street burned completely.
Unbelievable.
Jeez. Well, John, we hope that you're able to stay safe. How long are you going to be there? I feel like you've been there for hours already.
I'll be here probably at least till noon. And, we're going to have the strong winds at least through the end of the day, I believe, maybe into tomorrow. So it's going to make it tough to really get this thing under control. But I think right now things have calmed down a little bit anyway.
But still, as far as containment right now, because it is so unpredictable with the way the winds are blowing, the way the embers are blowing, and everything else, is still technically at no containment?
And hopefully we will get some updated numbers here in the next couple of minutes when they do the update. They're going to do a news conference here soon, and we should find out where they stand and all that.
All right, John Baird is on the scene where Malibu meets Pacific Palisades, that area. He's been covering it for a while now, continue to do so on KNX sister station 97.1 if you need better coverage than what we're giving you here at KROQ. Thanks for spending some time. I know you're super busy, John. Thanks.
All right.
Also, Allie, it's interesting to point out that one of the unsung heroes of this whole thing is actor Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, yes, I know. You mentioned that earlier.
This was the clip of him trying to put a message out to all the people that were just abandoning their cars.
Here on Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave their car, leave the keys in the car so that we can move your car so that these fire trucks can get up Palisades Drive.
Yeah. Johnny, you hear that? More cars sitting around, keys in them. Let's go. Cars everywhere.
Cars, horses, there's literally endless transportation all around you.
Never been a better time for a guy with no car to figure out a way to get to work. Unbelievable.
Leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your cars.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Guttenberg.
Steve, do you live in this area?
I live in the area. Yeah, I live right up the hill. And thank goodness everybody back. But I have friends up there right now.
Yeah. And you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
Okay, now you look familiar. You look familiar to me now.
Yeah, now you look familiar now that you've told me exactly who you are. You kind of look like the person you just said.
There's nothing more important than being recognized as an actor in this town. That's the good right there, the hero. All right, let's get into a brand new hour of the show. I know there's more stuff happening. We will keep you abreast, because that's a fun word to say.
Hot.
See, now Allie's all turned on.
Oh.
All right, new hour starts now.
Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, just after 8 o'clock on, what's today, Wednesday? Jesus. Wednesday morning.
What a 3-day period.
Really has been. And thank you for John Baird joining us a moment ago. We will update you this morning, thinking about you, wherever it is you're heading to, be it work, job, staying home, working from home, evacuated. We heard from people earlier this morning that were currently listening to us as they were being evacuated, and anything we can do to help out from these studios in mid-Miracle Mile, consider us at your disposal.
That's where it stops?
That's where
Just
it stops.
these studios?
Anything we can do from these studios, because we're not allowed to leave.
You know what this whole process has also taught me? That I suck at reading maps.
Terrible.
They're like, okay, this map should show the evacuation areas. I'm like, what am I looking at here?
I know. I've lived here I've lived in Southern California since 2006. That is almost 20 years. They showed me a map that didn't have the names of cities. They just showed the
it's just
colors.
like the topography. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
I could be in an evacuation zone now. I don't know.
I start to try and point out the freeways.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the 101? What's going on here?
Yeah, this whole process has taught me two things. I'm a pussy because I look at how tough these firefighters are, and I don't know geography.
Nope.
So that's what it's taught me.
Wait, you didn't know you were a pussy before this?
That part I knew. At least I thought I was a pussy that knew geography. But now I don't know.
But I do know that those phone alerts terrify me.
We got lots going on this hour on the show. Dr. Lucy Jones will be joining us.
Oh, nice.
Our friend, the earthquake expert, has now come out of retirement from just talking about earthquakes to talk about what's been going on, of course, with the fires. So I heard her on a few of the stations yesterday, and I remember we had her on, Allie, when we did an AMA about earthquakes.
One of the best
AMAs of all time.
we've ever done.
I think it made it into our top 50 moments of the year. So she'll return later this hour to talk about everything going on. I know people asking what they can do to help. We'll get all the information up. I'm sure KROQ's doing a better job than we are at KROQ, but I would also recommend KNX 97.1 sister station. But remember to come back to us because we could really use the listening. All right. Let's give you this, and then we will continue with the show that we have in store for you this hour, plus tickets for you to go to Monster Jam, and we'll get you on that standby list to go to London as well. It's all coming up, KROQ. Show. Yesterday when Allie shared with us the sad story of her having to put her cat of 17 years to sleep, she probably thought that was going to be the low light of her week, maybe even her 2025, and then that was before the fires began. And now here we are just after 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning, and more fires continuing to burn.
Another one just started.
Winds continuing to blow, and no one really knows how bad this will get. But the only thing that everyone seems to agree on is it will get much worse, and that sucks.
That's the
so
thing
many
that
people.
everyone can agree on?
Yeah, it's going to get worse because the winds aren't going anywhere. So while the winds continue, they're not going to be able to get a grip on it. I mean, I'm not trying to be a pessimist here. That's just the
Well, you are.
Well, I'm just saying that's the one universal thing.
Supposed to end today.
The winds they're hoping will die down, but they said
they're going to die down.
They're going to continue, and they don't even know at that point how much of a control they'll be able to get. There's a news conference, I think, happening as we speak. Meanwhile,
happening now, yeah.
Someone's upset about yesterday the way we handled Allie's cat's death, and I thought we did fine.
Hi, everyone. Sweet Knockers. Happy New Year. I'm listening to today's episode. Heart-wrenching story about Allie's cat. I have some cats of my own, so, of course.
You don't have to say you've had cats of your own. We can hear it in your voice. Clearly, this woman's had a bunch of cats of her own, probably 20, I bet, at one time.
It was interesting hearing the comments from I did a post yesterday that were like, I also have had many cats that have died.
Yeah, you don't need to say. We all know. All right.
Cat. I have some cats of my own, so, of course, it hits home. And Allie's right. You guys are a bunch of assholes.
Okay. When Allie said that, the time she called us a bunch of assholes, I don't remember what the context of it was, but she was getting frustrated about something, and she couldn't control her anger.
And I'm sure it was justified, because you guys can be a bunch of assholes. You guys are stupid assholes.
Oh, that's right. We weren't even a bunch.
Stupid assholes, not just assholes.
Yeah, we weren't a bunch of them. We were stupid ones as well.
And Allie's right. You guys are a bunch of assholes. Seriously. Like, you guys are just making fun of her the whole time. So,
is that how you felt, Allie? Did you feel that we were making fun?
You weren't making fun of me the whole time. It was probably...
We weren't making fun of you at all.
No, you were making fun of my cat as
we were
well.
not.
And also that nobody likes cats, and that the vet was even celebrating my cat's death because all vets hate cats and realize that they're expendable.
Not all vets, but probably your vet.
I petition this. I petition that, Allie, you just start calling them... You just start making the show as gay as you possibly can. I think Klein outed himself using his name as acronyms, KK. Just start calling him KK like this. KK!
All right, great. We don't need... Allie's already been trying to make the show as gay as possible. You don't need to give her advice to do that more.
You know what? You say that, but you have made the show way gayer than I ever could have.
Show me penis! Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, KK.
Okay.
KK!
That's great. Yeah, you couldn't find any
Are
other...
we stupid assholes now?
Yeah, now you guys are the stupid assholes. Show me a gay bar.
Please.
All right. Shut up, Klein.
So you can unzip your pants.
KK, shut up. Shut up. These are all out of context, these quotes. These are not things I said in any sort of, real way.
Out of context and out of the closet.
All right. Quick break. Back in a moment. T-Swift. Shut up. More show next.
Join the Mile High Club.
K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. 800-520-1067. Join the show. Monster Jam tickets to give you this hour. It all seems less significant, I guess. But in a moment, Dr. Lucy Jones, our friend, the earthquake expert, who's now been talking a lot about preparedness for fires, but also what to do after the fact. And she'll be on with us as well because, we are not experts, so it's always good to talk to people that are way smarter than we are.
Well, and I
not difficult to
feel
find
like we try and think about how, like, people tell us all the time how to prepare for earthquakes and fires, but we never do.
No.
Like, even still last night when we were trying to pack a bag, I'm like, what do we do again? Like, they say, like, medications and animals. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just thought I'd share this breaking update from my wife if you want to know what's going on in our neck of the woods. Our power just went out. I can't start the gas stove, and I'm hungry.
Oh, boy. That's not good. That's the first question we're going to have to ask Dr. Lucy Jones.
Should I tell her that she can light it herself, or should I let her starve?
Tell her you miss her.
Let her starve. Tell her it's time to go full cannibalism at this point.
In our neighborhood, I thought the worst thing last night was like that it was trash day. Literally, everybody was putting their trash cans out. Like when I went out, not a trash can standing.
Yeah,
and all the trash was everywhere. I was like, man, we should have all just left it inside. We were so dumb.
Also, it's a Christmas tree day. It seemed like that was the day. Because I think they
Everyone's
said
like, well, whatever. I don't want to miss trash day.
I think 2 days ago was the day that they're like, if you still have your Christmas tree up now, you're you're a loser or whatever. So they made everyone was guilted into like taking them and put them right outside the house like 2 days ago. And then they're all blowing around,
really?
catching fire. Yeah, it's terrible, the whole thing. But
so is it worse that mine is still in my house?
Yes.
Really?
Omar, you got ready for Christmas in November, I think, early November. Did you?
Early November, yeah.
But you tear it down December 26th, isn't it? Like immediately?
No. I leave it through the new year. Everything was taken down, I think, on the 2nd.
At 12:01, right after everyone says Happy New Year, Omar's like, get out the boxes, pack it away.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, everyone's still got their lights up.
Yeah,
really? I have my top string of lights just because I need that big old ladder and I have to get that out. So that's still up there, but everything else is taken down.
I'd wait till the winds die down before you start.
No, for sure.
Having ladder fun.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Especially because aren't you approaching the weight limit now on that ladder?
Yeah,
I'm way past the weight limit, so that's making me nervous too. So I'm hopping on that treadmill.
Omar's 50 pounds over the weight limit on his ladder, but he's not.
Dude, it shakes so much, man.
I know. But at some point, you have to think all this weight is probably a good thing because it's keeping it on the ground, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Today, part of the goal was to give you information that you could possibly use, and since Allie and I are not experts, we decided let's reach out to anyone we know that is. Dr. Lucy Jones has always been the voice of earthquakes in Southern California, and she was on with us for an AMA last year that we thoroughly enjoyed. And then, Dr. Jones, first of all, welcome back to KROQ. I saw you speaking on the news last night, very eloquently, as you always do, about how people can prepare, and then also when they do return, if they've been evacuated, kind of how they handle that whole situation. So thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
Sure, happy to be talking with you. The psychological disruption of a disaster doesn't depend a whole lot on the physical cause of it. So there's much about how we feel about these fires like we feel about earthquakes. And a very big part of it is that when we feel out of control, when we feel alone, when there's a lot of people being affected, all of those make us more scared and powerless. And probably the most important thing to do is to try to do some things to take care of yourselves and your neighbors. If you feel like, if you're not particularly at risk, but you know people who are and you can reach out and help them, that's going to all make us feel better, as well as, of course, actually helping the people in need.
What should people do in terms of returning to their homes? Because I know when we had gotten evacuated a few years back for the Woolsey fire, it was a while before they told us it was okay to go back. And I know a lot of people were going back sooner than that because the fire department, they're focused on the fire, right? And, informing people of when to go back is like secondary. So, but I know a lot of people now are trying to already get back to their homes. So how do people figure out when to go back?
Well, I think you really should listen to the fire department. Yes, at some point they're going to be overly careful, but right now we're still in the middle of the event. The winds could be picking back up, and if you're under a mandatory evacuation, you really are at risk. And I'd put it off. I understand. I mean, I was evacuated for the station fire, and we once we were out, we couldn't go back in, and so we were. They were physically blocking it. It was up on the Angeles Crest Highway. And that was incredibly emotionally distressing. I couldn't be in my own home, and that certainty of your own environment is really big. But give it a couple of days to assure the wind is gone. It's sort of bizarre here in Pasadena right now, where it's completely still, an incredibly thick layer of smoke covering everything. But the winds are supposed to pick back up, I believe, and as long as the winds are really blowing, I wouldn't go back.
Dr. Lucy Jones on KROQ right now, an expert at earthquakes, but also knows a lot about preparing for disasters. The last time Allie was evacuated, she said her wife grabbed their wedding dresses and ran out of the house. Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard?
No, because those are one thing you can't replace. I personally have my musical instruments packed up to make sure I can get them out. I don't mind my clothes, but I don't want to lose my instruments.
To make sure I can play it at the evacuation center.
Right? Yeah. Of course. People always have their kind of list of things in their own head, almost like a fantasy football style draft of what do I take, and obviously there's the things you always recommend people grab, right? The important stuff. But then everyone's got an interesting idea of what they consider to be sentimentally valuable to them. Is it pictures? Is it all in the cloud so you don't have to take pictures anymore anyway?
Well, and
right. Well, I will say that back 10 years ago or 12 years ago when we got evacuated, I took pictures. Now they're all on my phone, and I'm making sure I'm taking my electronics.
Got to take the electronics. Got to save the electronics first.
Well, and a lot of people right now are texting each other, like even during the show, we're all texting our wives going, hey, you know what, are we packing a bag? What kind of bag are we packing? So what should go in the bag according to you?
You are the expert.
Well, that's given that I'm a seismologist and study waves in the ground, I'm not exactly an expert, but I've talked with a lot of the Red Cross people, so I think I can get there. First thing is, what do you need to live in the next few days?
Nutella.
If you are on medication, you got to make sure you have your medication. I know the one thing I forgot to do was bring spare clothes. I went out and bought clothes. I had to change my underwear, right? So a few things to live, to go for a trip. You don't have to be fancy, but get something of that. And then I'd say the things that you feel like you can't replace. I could buy another musical instrument, but it wouldn't be the one I performed on, and I don't want to lose that. And as long as you have time to get that amount of stuff, you can get all of that into a car within just a couple of minutes.
Dr. Lucy Jones, a guy we work with on the show, his name's Jake the Nerd, and he has a sweating issue. He sweats a lot. He was about to shower last night, but then he lost power, chose to not shower, and brought his stank into the studio
this
morning. So do you think that was a bad decision he made at now affecting all of us because of the smell that he's brought into the studio this morning?
That's, what does he feel about that? If that bothers him, each decision you got to make for yourself. Being aware of the people around you is not a bad thing to do either.
Thank you.
Dr. Lucy, is this the stupidest question you've been asked today?
Yes.
I was saving water.
We've done our job. It's always the goal with Dr. Lucy Jones. She talks to a lot of smart people asking smart questions, but she doesn't spend any time with us asking dumb ones.
And then, how do we all recover? With all this stuff, I feel like we're becoming hardened to it, unfortunately, in some ways. But, and I know you study earthquakes and not fires necessarily, but the world is changing and all of these things are happening more often. Do you think we as, community are going to get used to it and come together?
Well, all right, we're going to have to get used to it. What our response is up to us.
Yeah.
And, we could become more isolated. Don't trust anybody because I may be threatened. Or we can come together. And it's when you come together, number one, you feel better, you feel more powerful, you get more things done. And, this is, the increase in these type of risks is obviously connected to climate change. And in addition to dealing to the disasters, we've got to deal with the fact that we're causing them. And the climate change solutions are communal as well. And the more we can work together and stop fighting, the better off we're going to be.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Lucy Jones, very busy today. Has been the voice of reason on many, many tragedies that we've experienced in Southern California for a very long time. Thank you. I know everyone wants your time today, so thanks for giving us some of it on KROQ. Greatly appreciate you. And,
thank you.
And also, final question, Allie's wife just texted her that she's at home and has no power, and the stove won't turn on.
And she's hungry.
How should Allie proceed with this? Should she help her, let her know that she could light the stove manually?
She should have planned something ahead of time. Having food that doesn't need power to cook is a great way of preparing for future disasters.
That's right. That's right. Good to know.
Yeah, but I told you so probably isn't what she wants to hear right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell her, Allie, that you're right and she's wrong. She'll love that.
I know. Women always do.
They love hearing that. Thanks, Dr. Jones. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's Lucy Jones. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Hey, I haven't heard this one in a while. Kate Bush. Run up that hill. You've been bushed. Klein Alley Show on KROQ. I'll take a break from all the fire talk for just a moment because we did mention that here we are at the time when most people are still trying to stick to their New Year's resolutions for at least another week. And I don't think anyone on the show, sure, we have some goals and whatnot, but I don't think any of us spent time really coming up with our New Year's resolutions. Doesn't matter anyway, because we force each other to take on New Year's resolutions based on some of the most popular ones that are out there. And if your New Year's resolution is you want to get in shape, good for you. But if you don't want to get in shape and someone forces you to do it, well, that's terrible. Vanessa's in the studio right now getting the wheel of forced resolutions ready to go.
That's
Wheel. Jesus Christ. There goes Vanessa. That wheel is bigger than Vanessa.
And Vanessa said one of her many New Year's resolutions was to get muscles. Right, Vanessa?
Well, she wants to get muscles. So we've got our forced resolutions to get to now. Last year, this ended up with Jake having a naked picture of himself on his own car because he claims in a technicality forgetting to write in his journal one night, and as a result, he broke his forced New Year's resolution above all of us.
No, you guys made that up.
Doesn't matter anymore.
So the wheel is here. We will all find out what our New Year's resolution will be, and once again, first one to break it will be forced to live a very humiliating punishment. What will it be?
Is it going to be the same car wrap?
We haven't decided what the punishment is yet. We'll figure. I assume all of us will be able to keep these resolutions going for at least a week. I would like to believe.
I mean, it depends on what they are.
Well, I'm going to go over the list of the 10 most common ones that people have, and probably if you've made any sort of commitments or goals to yourself this year, maybe one of yours is on this list. But these are the big ones that apparently everyone does every year. Exercise more is always number one. That's the number one thing that people claim they want to do.
Well, and every single day I feel like I see a new article about the benefits of exercise, not even just for your body, but for your soul and long life and all that crap.
And they know how lazy we are that they even take those articles and they go, exercising as little as 1 minute a week can add 10 years to your life.
And here's how you can exercise while sitting still.
Right. There's all these ways. Like, they get how we feel, so they go, let's just really dumb it down for them.
Yeah.
And even sometimes I read those, and it says exercising, 2 minutes a day can shave 10 years off or add 10 years to your life. And I go, nah, that's all right.
And then they're like, fine, just stand a little bit.
Just stand for 1 second every hour. Just do that. And you're like, man, okay. Number 2 is lose weight. That's a big one people like to do. It's easier than ever before now because of all the different drugs you can take. The Ozempics and the Wegovy's and all the other ones.
Yeah. There's one that I saw yesterday that was called like RO or something. Never heard of it. I'm like, what they're just
great. That's the one I want.
Coming out.
The weird knockoff ones that are starting to come out.
They're churning them out so quick right now. And everyone's like, quick, we got to get ours in. We got to get in the mix on this. And I know that people are taking them all over the place now, which means, usually losing weight used to mean like you had to put in the effort, right? You had to it was a longer process, and it was like I got to work out regularly or I got to eat smart. And now they're like, I can just inject something into myself and lose weight. Great.
But you know what's crazy to me is that everyone was so paranoid about the vaccine because they're like, it came out too fast. I don't know what the side effects are going to be. And then Wegovy and Ozempic come out, and they're like, whatever, shoot it
all
up.
day.
We'll figure it out later.
It's been a week, but I got to fit in this bathing suit. Let's go. All right. Get organized is number 3 on the list. Very difficult for many people, but they try to.
That's my favorite one to do every year.
Number 4 is learn a new skill or hobby. This is the year that I finally learned Mandarin. Or this is the year that I'm going to, do some cross-country skiing or whatever it is you want to do. But they say, if you learn a new skill every year.
Oh, it expands your brain. Yeah, it keeps you flowing.
Then there's some of those BS ones, like live life to the fullest, which is just kind of a general whatever.
Total empty resolution.
Save money, spend less money, the quit smoking stuff, the spend more times with friends and family or reconnecting with old friends. That's one. Travel more. Read more, Allie, which is
How is travel more but spend less money?
Well, this is just one of my points. A lot of these contradict each other. What, are you going to travel somewhere and not eat meatballs?
Yeah, and it costs money to rekindle with old friends because then you got to go to coffee and dinners.
Then there's all of the meditation, journaling, self-help stuff, manifestation, and so these are just some of the the ones that are on there. So as you know, we've got our wheel here. I think we have 9 different spots. We'll take turns spinning whatever it lands on. That will be the resolution the person who spins the wheel has to do. No arguing. You have to do it starting immediately, and whichever one of us fails first will have a terrible, embarrassing, humiliating, regrettable punishment.
Did we get a veto last year? I thought one person. I thought we had one veto. Nothing.
I'd love to be able to veto, but I feel like we wouldn't do that. That's too nice.
Yeah, that's right. We are a bunch of stupid assholes.
We are, according to you. You want to spin first for yourself? You want to spin first for Jake? I forget. Last year, Omar, I know you couldn't self-pleasure for a long time. That was a tough one.
Dude, it was crazy. It was like 4 months or something.
Yeah, Omar didn't self-pleasure for 4 months, but he said it did make his sex life better, I think, with his wife. I think that's what he said.
I thought it did, but if you ask my wife, she might tell you different.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Omar needs to practice on himself more than we thought.
Allie, last year you had to do hot yoga. That was, you're still doing it because you got
I went last
in.
night.
I couldn't drink.
Wow, so that turned out to be a positive one for you.
Yep.
I was forced to not drink alcohol, which was terrible. Couldn't drink during the Super Bowl, couldn't drink during all sorts of terrible events I would have loved to have been drunk during.
The one corporate dinner that was purchased for us, you weren't able to buy, or you weren't able to get the free alcohol.
Yeah, I think I went to a beer
what was his substitute? He had like a girly drink as a substitution for his
you started getting into mocktails.
No, I didn't.
Again, Klein's the gayest on the show.
First of all, I didn't go into mocktails. I had a club soda with a lime. That was it. And then,
because that's not gay.
Well, I couldn't have vodka. So
a
what do you
lime
want?
and a beach.
Right. That's right, Allie. That's what I got.
He's giving them.
And then
Those aren't olives.
Jake was forced to journal last year. All right, let's go and give this thing a spin. Who's this for you? Who are we doing?
Let's do Jake first.
You want to do Jake first?
Yeah.
All right, Jake, Allie's spinning for you now.
Great.
Whatever it lands on is what you'll do. Here we go. Forced resolutions, KROQ. Jake's up first. Jake, what number is that? Give me the number.
Number 9.
Oh, my God. Jake, you won't believe it, dude.
Oh, great. What?
I wish it said shower more, but it says...
All right, shower more, done.
It says journaling. You're back on
Again?
You're back on journaling. Jake's journal's back. You landed on journaling.
Did you enjoy doing your journal, Jake?
Sometimes. It's a pain to do it like every day, and then like if I forget, like I got to make sure every time before I go to bed to do the thing. I just want to go to bed.
This is actually when he started doing this was when his relationship really started unraveling, remember?
Oh, yeah, the journaling. Yeah, that was the beginning
And
of the
the
end.
punishment didn't help either.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
She was so mad about the car, and you had just moved in, and you were a huge embarrassment to all her neighbors.
Yeah, we get a picture of this up. This was Jake's car last year after he lost the forced resolutions. He had to put a naked picture of himself on his own car, and it was right when he moved. He had to park it in front of his girlfriend's house, and she was humiliated by that thing. Yeah, that may have been the end of your relationship. All right, Jake, you'll be doing journaling again this year. Congratulations. All right, Allie, who you spinning for now? Me, Omar, or yourself?
Let's spin for Omar.
Omar.
All right.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, no one knows. It's forced resolutions on KROQ. The new year has begun, and it's
You've
almost
got a
journaling.
Number 8. What if we all just had to journal? It's so
terrible.
Oh, God.
Omar, congratulations. You will be learning a new skill or hobby. We haven't determined what that'll be yet, but we will decide what that is.
Okay.
We will decide.
All right.
Don't you worry.
I'm up for anything. I do like to expand my horizons and try new things.
It
so
won't be
hopefully
something you like. Allie and I will make sure.
We'll make sure it's expensive and time consuming.
Oh, God damn it.
Omar, you'll be caviar tasting.
Oh, my God.
No, we'll figure out. Allie and I will figure out what it is.
Johnny's the churro chaser. You are now the caviar
we'll figure it
chaser.
out. Omar will be learning a new skill or hobby. Maybe we give him something lame like crocheting or something, or learning an instrument like the clarinet.
My kids crochet.
Or the bassoon or something.
The
They do the
bassoon.
boobles.
Isn't that an instrument?
No, let's do one of those really bulky ones like a harp.
Lug it around.
Oh, man.
Yeah, tuba.
It's like so heavy.
Yeah, Omar, you have to learn how to play the tuba, dude.
God.
And then think
So
about
that you can play me when I walk.
Yeah. Follow Allie around.
All right, now I'm in.
All right, spin it around. Here we go.
This is for me.
Forced resolutions, KROQ. This is, you're spinning for yourself now, Allie?
Yep.
All right. Oh, you better. Oh, no. Is it tuba? Show me tuba.
Number 7. I have to play myself.
Allie, this is. You're actually not gonna like this. You will be having to reconnect with old friends.
Oh, no.
Which means, all those weird contacts in your phone of people you haven't spoken to in a while, you're going to have to call them. Like on a regular, every week, you're going to have to call a person you haven't spoken to in 10 years.
And I only have one friend from high school. Like, I don't talk to anybody anymore.
I believe that was also the story.
Had friends.
No, I believe you're right. We all stand by that.
This is going to last for 2 weeks. He's going to run out of people.
Yeah. Didn't you, a couple months ago, reconnect with somebody that you thought iced you out for some weird reason? For no reason?
I reconnected with somebody who moved here that I went to college with, but I also have I have multiple friends that don't talk to me anymore. And I don't even know
really?
why. Yeah.
Okay, damn.
So that'll be a fun phone call.
Okay.
By the way, text line is overwhelmingly suggesting that Omar gets deep into pickleball. A lot of pickleball suggestions for Omar. All right, final spin.
You're going to be dinking?
Dinking in the kitchen, Omar. That'll be what we call you. All right,
All right,
final
here's
spin.
Klein.
Oh, man, I hate forced resolutions so
Come
much.
on, BJ's.
Come on.
It's not on the wheel. I wish it was.
Guys, where is it? Number 3.
Oh, my God. That's the one I didn't want.
Exercise?
Yeah, exercise. Losing weight. What does that mean, losing weight? Losing weight from what?
From your current weight?
Losing weight from my current weight, but what are we talking about? One time I lose, how are you gonna keep track of it?
No, we'll set a goal, like a pound a week.
A pound a week?
Yeah. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, 4 pounds a month. That's not that crazy.
Yeah, that is. Do you see my diet? Do you see what I eat regularly?
If you take away 1 to 3 pizzas a week and then go on the treadmill a couple times, you'll be able to do that. No problem. Guys lose weight easy.
Not because muscle weighs more, though. So I'll get...
So you just have to get weaker.
All right.
Can't eat the way around.
But we'll have to prove it somehow, like with weigh-ins.
Great. That's why I have to stand in my
I got a scale.
Stand in my underwear in the studio and just keep taking off clothes until I lose a pound. Just shave my body hair 1 week if I have
That'll
to.
be a pound.
At least lose 6 pounds.
All right. Things.
There's our forced resolutions posted on the Instagram. Allie will be reconnecting with old friend. Omar's got to learn a new hobby or skill, which will be a terrible one. Jake will be journaling again, and I have to lose a pound a week, which I feel like I'm going to be the first to lose.
So not doable.
The punishment was to get my picture on your car.
I don't want that. We'll talk about it. We got to take a break. We're back in a second with your A.D.D news and your spot on the standby list to travel to London next. show. Only a few months ago, we took a bunch of listeners to go see Chris Martin and played that song right there in a very intimate little space he had in Malibu. Drove, actually, I think on the way back through Pacific Palisades as well. Just saw some footage that a buddy sent me. She was going to go check and see if his house is still there. And it is post-war apocalyptic, really weird and eerie looking, and thinking about everyone, obviously. Our thoughts with you right now. Let's get to your A.D.D. news. Then we will get you on a standby list. Hopefully make things a little better as we send you to London to see Justice. It's destination number 1, KROQ Mile High Club, and we get you on that list in about 2 minutes right here on KROQ. But first,
grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
Allie, before you update everyone, I just want to read you the meanest text that we've received today about me having to lose a pound a week from 213. Have Klein get rhinoplasty. He'll be good for at least 2 months worth of pounds. So if they shave down my giant nose, he thinks that I will lose 8 pounds. Thank you to, and by the way, I don't know if that's a man or a woman.
By the way,
that.
do you think he's wrong?
No, probably underestimated. But also, thank you for making me feel great about myself today. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have some more updates from the press conference that's still going on about the fires. If you are still not completely aware, there are at least 3, if not 5 or more fires happening right now. You've got the Palisades fire, the Eaton fire, then you've got the Hearst fire in Sylmar, there's the Tyler fire in Riverside, and now there's a new fire that they're calling the Woodley fire. This one's in the Sepulveda Basin, and it's now it's 75 acres, but they don't think that any structures are being threatened yet. As for the other fires, the fire chief said that they are now at their emergency services limit. They need money, resources, everything. Biden spoke yesterday and said that they were going to start sending federal aid immediately, but it is a state of emergency for the city. And unfortunately, 2 people have lost their lives, both in the Eaton fire, and they have a lot of injuries there as well. And I just wanted to read this what the police chief said. This is a tragic time in our history here in Los Angeles, but a time when we're really tested and see who we really are. And I know, Klein, you've been kind of talking back and forth with some of your buddies, and there is a long list of things that, you know, you drive by on a regular basis on the PCH that are just gone now.
Yeah, a guy that used to work here owns a frozen yogurt place in Pacific Palisades that my wife was a big fan of called Yogurt Shop. I think Yogurt Shop.
What a clever name.
Very clever.
Well, you know what? You got to be on the nose.
Well, it's gone.
Klein came up with it.
The place we're all having a good. It's gone. Gone.
Wow.
I'm trying to say a nice thing. You guys are making. It's very sad. So come up with a better name. We rebuilt. But still, I love that place, and I feel terrible. I really do.
When you recommend it, are people like, what is it called? And you're like, Yogurt Shop. But what is it called?
That's right. It's a very funny bit, Allie. We do it every time. The only reason I recommend it, so we can do that.
They're also encouraging everybody to take the evacuation orders seriously. And I know that this, you know, those scary alerts that you get on your phone that are so loud, and I never know how to turn them off, and they're really alarming. You know, you go, okay, let me assess myself how serious to take this. And there was another video that's been going around of this guy in the Palisades that did not leave. And they have a video here.
Look at this video. So this was a guy who didn't heed the warning, stayed behind.
I've seen
and
this.
Look at what happened here. I mean, to be surrounded by flames in all direction with your dog there, this is not what you want to have happen.
And to take a video of literally flames surrounding your house with just you and your dog in the house, and then posting that video, and now nobody knows if that guy is still alive or what.
Walls of fire everywhere. It was crazy. So if you hear that alarm on your phone, take it seriously. You hear that thing, you know what to do. Pack it up and go, go, go. That's a terrible sound.
I asked my kid yesterday what you should do in a fire, and this is what he said.
Keep it wet.
You got to keep it wet?
Yeah.
She's not wrong. Smart kid. Smart kid. Clearly only half yours.
All the firefighters are trying to fight the fires.
The fires. Yahoo!
That's his impression of a fire.
Better coverage than we brought already this morning.
What happens when there's a fire?
Help a fire.
Help the fire?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So, there you go. That's important breaking news updates as well.
We'll start a brand new hour of the show at this exact moment, and the first thing we do is get you on a standby list, because who couldn't use some good news right about now? How about we send your ass to London to see Justice? You can be on KROQ's Mile High Club, A spot on the standby list is going to caller 20 right now at 800-520-1067. Let's go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning, and thank you for spending some of your time with us here on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. In the KROQ studios this morning, much of this company has been told to remain at home if they can, work from home. We are here. Most of us, sorry. Postmaster Johnny's not here because the guy still doesn't have a car, and we know that there are many people dealing with much bigger issues this morning. Thinking about you, hopefully entertaining some of you. Believe it or not, that is the goal of the show.
323 texted in and said, am I the only one who's had enough of 2025 already?
I think we can all say, and it does seem like every year our cutoff for the year we're in is like move sooner and sooner, and I think this may be the soonest I've ever been like, all right, let's go ahead, let's start that countdown to 26.
The first part of Monday was cool.
First part of Monday was okay, and
then it's just been downhill from there.
Yeah. So anyway, we will we'll be here for at least another hour this morning. You can always interact with us live on the show. You can join the podcast, follow along on the socials at Klein Alley Show, see some of the visuals that go on here, as well as the live stream if you'd like to. There's many more important live streams happening now, but I don't know if there's any that are as visually pleasing as the one taking place on YouTube. KROQ's YouTube. Go there and check us out as we are live in the studio right now. So good, Allie will even watch it during the show.
I am currently watching it, along with several other important live streams. Also, just wanted to share this piece of advice from 310. There's been a lot of theories on how you can lose weight quickly. Klein, all you have to do is get food poisoning. I got food poisoning on the 1st, and I have not recovered yet.
Yeah, it is my favorite and least favorite way to lose weight quickly.
Well, you hate throwing up.
Hate it. And hate knowing it's coming, and then hate not knowing when it's going to stop. But at the end of it all, it does feel like it was like a cheat code, like
a forced cleanse.
Yeah, like it felt like it was one of those like back in the days, like up, down, A, B, A, B. And then you figure, I just cheated all the way to level 6 of the gym in one day of eating undercooked chicken. Look at me. Let's go ahead and give away some tickets and make someone's day instantly better. And remember that we are all part of this community here, and we appreciate you starting your day on KROQ. We go to Reseda, California, and we say hi to Scott. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, sweet dibbits.
Sweet dibbits to you, good sir, and good news to deliver. Your name is being added to the standby list so that hopefully you can go join KROQ's Mile High Club with a trip to London to see Justice, all right?
All right.
We will give away that trip on Monday morning. In the meantime, you got lots of chances to get on the standby list all day today, straight up through 9 p.m., and we'll continue doing that all week long until this piece of paper is full of names, and then we get to give one of those people the good news of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Which we could use.
Someone should get something good happening to them.
God. I mean, at
this point.
You'd think we give away enough trips, maybe we could balance this out. Let's get into some Paramore, because we haven't heard Paramore in a while. Here you go. And if you need us, remember, the live interactive show is happening as we speak at 800-520-1067. This is KROQ. Show. Good morning. This is great advice from the text line 661. Tell Klein if he's trying to lose weight. I got a guy in the valley that sells chickens with tapeworms. They're super easy to get rid of. Some meds. You can lose 10 pounds in a week. But
whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
Omar's like, what?
I'm looking at that.
Sign me up, dude.
Only here would someone be like, hey, I know a guy that sells chicken with tapeworms.
If they're just playing, hey, by the way, 661, if you're just messing with me, don't, because I need to, that's the forced resolution I have to do is lose weight, a pound a week, which I'm not excited about. I mean, I could just try to get Ozempic, I guess. That's what everyone else is doing, but...
no, you can't cheat like that. That's not fair.
The wheel didn't say how I lose a pound a week. You just said I could shave all my body hair. Someone said I get a nose job, lose 8 pounds.
You would hate Ozempic because you love pizza. You love food too much.
I do love food. I love being hungry, and I love satiating that hunger.
Yeah, but I want to see like you getting Ozempic hangry. Ass and Ozempic face and Ozempic eyes.
I want to get it all. Bring it all on, baby.
Ozempic finger.
So this is how bad I am. Allie was just telling me she found her power is going to be out for...
till 1:30 a.m. tomorrow.
So she was asking if all the food in her fridge is going to go bad. And I was like, this is great because it just means you get to go home and try to eat it all before it goes bad. Which I remember growing up when we would lose power, it was like the one time that my mom would be like, all right, it's going to all be trash anyway. Might as well free for all it. And I would just go ham on ham.
Well, why don't I let it really spoil?
No.
And then you're food poisoning.
You guys, I'm going to eat it all. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I can't eat all.
You can eat a whole fridge.
Point? So at 1:30 a.m., by then, is all my food just spoiled?
No,
because the fridge is in itself going to be cold
insulated.
For a while.
Yeah, Jake, that's why Jake wins, because Jake hasn't had power since yesterday. He has nothing in his fridge. We've seen the inside of his fridge. Just a couple of random beers.
He's like, yeah, my beer's warm.
I got a bunch of cheese in there. I got to eat.
You would. I picture your fridge just having 3 beers and a giant block of cheese. Is that true?
It's shredded cheese, and I got a bunch of spinach, too.
Oh, God.
Such a bachelor fridge.
You gonna go home and eat it all? Yummy, yummy.
Well, I don't want to eat. I don't want to have to eat it all. I want to be able to use it for the upcoming week.
Well, you don't know when it's going. Allie already knows her power's not coming back until.
Yes, and I'm a food prepper. So on Sunday, I made 2 giant vats of soup. I have 15 servings of soup in my fridge.
You'll be going to town. Klein, go get.
I'm curious to see to hear what Jake's spinach and cheese recipe. Like, what are you going to use that for?
I put it on a tortilla with like a sauce.
Oh, okay.
What sauce?
Is the sauce more cheese?
It's green crack sauce.
Oh, the green crack sauce
from Pablitos.
The burrito place. Yeah. All right. That's respectable.
Well, then I have some blue cheese olives.
Oh, you incorporate those in the dish, or
no? I save those for later. That's a fancy snack.
That's your amuse bouche. Jake.
It's just like a college student.
I got it. On a typical day, let me get this straight. You have a fridge. You could put anything in there you choose to, but this is not someone who's already been evacuated, I should point out. This is just Jake's pre-evacuation fridge.
Yeah, I bought numerous packs of shredded cheese because they're on sale.
And then you decide on the way out, I might as well grab some blue cheese olives to go with all this.
Those are really good.
So did you get the spinach just because you're like, I should get a vegetable in my fridge?
I don't want to get judged at the register.
Yeah, well, no, I need a spinach because when I make those little tortilla wrap things, I need some kind of roughage.
Right, but what is the main thing in the tortilla? Because I mean, it's like missing the thing, like chicken, steak.
Sometimes I put in black beans.
Oh,
God, no wonder, dude.
God,
it seems like
have crap everywhere.
Dude, you've got
because of what you're eating, all of the things you're mentioning.
Veggie burrito.
You have the most irritable bowels of any bowels.
But that's so non-irritable as black beans, cheese, spinach. That shouldn't irritate your
blue
bowels.
cheese, olives, and beans.
They make your breath smell and your whole body.
Those are good.
Okay.
The blue cheese olives, it's a fancy snack. It's good.
Allie,
it's just funny that his snack is also something that could go in a drink.
Yeah. Jake's fridge is like a ghetto charcuterie board. That's very funny. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back. The show continues after this.
Join the Mile High Club.
Heck yeah, let's go.
How would you like to join the Mile High Club?
Oh my God, thank you. Are you serious? No way.
I think everybody here knows what it means to join the Mile High Club, right?
Oh my God.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Get lucky and see your favorite KROQ bands in places all over the world. Destination 1. Change the time on Big Ben. Get thrown out of Buckingham Palace and eat a lot of fish and chips. When you see justice in London. Listen every hour from 9 to 9 to get on the standby boarding list. One grand prize winner gets hooked up. Round trip airfare for 2. 2-night hotel stay. And a pair of tickets to see Justice at Alexandra Palace, February 11th. Courtesy of Virgin Music. It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Keep listening to win.
KROQ.
From
shocking. Go ahead. Breaking news. Continuing. It's KROQ, Klein Alley Show. What's going on now?
The FAA has now banned flights from near Los Angeles, so there's not really going to be much going in and out of LAX.
Those, of all of the just shocking, stunning visuals we've seen, and there have been quite a few, no shortage. Some of the shots that people were posting from their planes landing last night were of just how much stuff was on fire was
just the view on the way in today and like seeing the hillside on fire. I couldn't imagine from the air what that looks like.
I haven't left the studio yet, but everyone says very eerie out there. Just talked to a buddy of mine who still can't get to see if his house is still there, but went to go pick up some masks at Home Depot just because he said the air quality is just,
there's a viral video of someone flying in from into LAX and has the fires on video.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of shots like that. It was, and also just the idea of forget the fires for a second. Just the winds, taking off landing with those winds.
Yeah.
That must have not been fun at all.
So are the masks gone?
No, he said that he was at a Home Depot at Jefferson and was able to get the masks. But he said he was surprised more people weren't there getting masks. But people are there getting whatever they can get now.
Because I went out there like last hour and it looks like it's still night outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's no sky.
Well, thank you for spending some of your day with us. Of all the sad things I've heard over the last day or so, hearing about Jake's fridge is clearly the saddest, according to 707.
I also have pickles.
Jake is the Charlie Day of KROQ. That is so true. Well said from Always Sunny. There are people who have already started to be arrested for looting. Of course, there's always a-holes that will come out when there's terrible situations. So already some looters have been arrested. And it's a good opportunity for us to get into other scams that are taking place with this look at Bamboozled.
Bamboozled. A lot of people fall for the scam. And now they're just like, damn. Take your money, sucker, because you didn't know it was all a sham. And now you're just like, damn.
You hear the word life coach, and I would imagine January is probably a booming month for life coaches because people say, this is finally the year I'm going to get my life on track, but I don't know what to do, so let me get a life coach. This is not the life coach you want. Listen to this scam.
This is new for you at 6 o'clock from the A.D.D investigators. This man, who identifies himself as a life coach, is accused of running a Ponzi scheme.
Ooh, that's not good.
But there are a lot of people out there who would say any life coach is a scam artist.
Because I don't think you need to necessarily do anything to call yourself a life coach, right?
Well, I know my wife is a therapist, and she's like, I get frustrated when people are like, I went and saw a life coach, so I'm good now, because they don't really have a whole lot of training, especially if they are giving you advice on how to live your life.
They used to call it a friend.
Exactly.
Used to be.
It's just somebody who has their S together who can give you advice. I think there are some out there who really do a lot of good, but most of them don't have to do anything to consider themselves a life coach.
But I'm saying you don't need a certificate. Like if you go to a doctor, they
so.
need to hang something on the wall that says I'm a doctor, right? A life coach can just be, I could just decide tomorrow I'm a life coach.
I think there's certain certifications. You can say you took different courses that might have something to do with that genre, but I don't think there's like a life coach certificate.
If you put any 3 letters after your name, like if you just go like life coach, ASS, people are like, all right, guess that guy's a life coach.
Why does it have to be ASS?
I'm just saying, the only word I know how to spell.
Assorted life coach.
Metro arresting 65-year-old Rodney Buckle.
Hold on, this guy's name was Rodney Buckle. He's the life coach. Anyways, this is...
Metro arresting 65-year-old Rodney Buckle. Now, state investigators say he told people he was investing their money in the stock market.
So he's a life coach that was going to make you rich.
But instead was wagering millions of dollars of that money at casinos, according to authorities.
Hey, I kind of like this guy. I like this Buckle.
He's now facing several fraud charges.
All right, so there's Bamboozled. Be careful. Choose your life coach carefully.
Here's your life coach advice. I'm going to take your money and I'm going to double it because I'm going to put it on red.
All on red, baby. Here we go. There's another scam happening in California involving not the fires, but this is the Amber Alert system.
A warning this afternoon from the California Highway Patrol about a disturbing new scam that's going around.
Officials say phone scammers are posing as Amber Alert representatives. The California Highway Patrol says the callers are asking for confidential information and offering to meet at your home. The CHP is emphasizing this is not how the Amber Alert system works.
It's just Big Boy. It's Luther Luffey.
There is no such thing as an Amber Alert registry.
Don't fall for that one.
And that's one that you're like, well, I want to feel like a good person, so I
Right.
better join the registry so that I can be a part of the Amber Alerts.
Yeah, and that's why even right now, because I know there's a lot of people that have asked us during the show today, text line, like, what are things we can do if you're not in an area that's directly affected by these fires right now? Like, what can we do to help out? For instance, like, more than just saying, hey, you can come stay at my place if you need to. There are so many scam artists that pop up when there's opportunities like this, where they'll try to get some money, and that's
Digital
why,
looters.
Yeah, Red Cross is a scam. No, Red Cross is
Red Cross.
Red Cross is where you
It's
should
being
go
run by Rodney Buckle.
to get your information, because they will legitimately make sure that it goes to where it needs to go. All right, this is Stargazing. It's Miles Smith. We are Klein Alley Show on KROQ. Don't get scammed. Don't judge.
Like,
K-Rock,
Jesus,
Klein
man.
Alley Show. We
What
gotta
are you
wrap it
guys
up.
doing?
I don't know.
I was
It was fine.
I was shocked that Allie did that. She don't
Shocked! You did the same thing.
don't group me in with Allie. That's messed up. That is messed up.
Klein would have joined outside the night of the fires.
Yeah, you're right. Well
And now,
contained.
whoopsie-doo, there's a fire in your area.
No, there's not a fire in my area. That's
And
so,
your wife told you, hey, it might not be a good idea to go smoke a joint outside, didn't she?
Yeah, because she wanted me to be on watch all night, and she wanted me to not. She already took an Ambien, so she was down for the count. So I was the only responsible adult supposedly in the house. And so
hear no responsible adults.
zero. We're down to zero.
One of them is on Ambien, and one of them is I.
Outside smoking
Is any
weed.
one of you been evacuated? No one is sober.
My sleeping 6-year-old with the broken arm was the responsible adult in the house. Okay.
Who was also on Ambien.
She's also, we got to knock him out eventually. Kids get tiring. So Allie, on the other hand, had told us that she really wanted to not smoke cigarettes anymore in this new year. She was saying
After my birthday, I said. That's why this is happening now.
but hold on. Last night of all nights, in an area you live right by Calabasas, you had a cigarette outside.
Well, I just had one.
That doesn't make it better or okay.
Yeah, I'm not smoking.
That's so much worse. You're a terrible person.
No. There's a little area on the side of our house, so that's enclosed. There was wind, but I was being very careful, and I did that thing where you shove it in between your foot and the ground and put it out that way, and then stomp on it really hard so that there's no embers.
No. What about when you're smoking it and you do that little flick thing?
Yeah, you're flicking
ash.
ash.
No, I flick it in my mouth.
You're an ash flicker.
Put it in my trash mouth, I believe, Allie. Where's that clip? I know she said that before.
Only rookies flick embers.
Well, we tried to be good people occasionally, and maybe we did some good today.
And
But
then, lo and behold, at the end of it, we all know that we are.
I just want to play you this one message because this is proof that you are not only a terrible person, Allie, but you're a thief. Hold on. This is from the GOAT line.
Hey, guys. Just real quick, I had to call and say that Allie basically stole Klein's idea when it came to when less babies were born. Klein had mentioned something about September 11th, people not having sex. And then Allie jumps in later and says she, for some reason, felt like June 12th there were less babies being born. And if you do the math from 9 months after September 11th, it would be June 11th. So she just stole his idea.
Yep.
Anyway, I had to point that out. Don't know if you guys caught on to that.
No, we didn't.
Take care.
Yeah, she does a lot of that. She steals a lot of. She hears things and then thinks she came up with them and then regurgitates them back. She's done that many times.
I didn't even put that together. That was just me being an idiot.
You're right, fine, but it's just funny that I say that one day I don't think people are having a lot of sex. September 11th is a sad, somber day.
It was the same show, wasn't it?
It was a second after,
Yeah.
and then you said
It was the different break. It's the beginning of the other break.
Okay, whatever. The point
So
is,
I had a little time to marinate
she had
on it.
time to do the math in her head, and then give her. I have a thought. June 12th is what I say. All right, let's wrap up the show with takeaways from today. Hopefully, we were able to add a little levity and maybe give you some useful information. I don't know. KNX, our sister station, all day long, 24/7. It's got your news, your updates. Of course, I would recommend you keep it here with Nicole Alvarez, who's always a good person to turn to when spirits are low, and she will get you through the next 4 hours with more spots on the standby boarding list, 40 minutes nonstop KROQ, and much more. But if you need the news, want to listen to it on the radio, 97.1 KNX. All right, Allie, what do we got?
Let's see. 818, my takeaway is toast yays make you gay.
Toast yays. That's why the Girl Scouts are getting rid of them.
408, my takeaway is that after he told me he was Steve Gutenberg, I thought he kind of looked like Steve Gutenberg.
Such a crazy. I'd like to listen to that again.
You do look kind of familiar now that you mention exactly who you are.
He's the perfect actor for that, too. Steve Gutenberg, a hero out there saving people in the Pacific Palisades,
and
saving
it's funny
animals.
because you couldn't just say, my name's Steve.
Yeah. What's your name? Steve Gutenberg. Hey,
Yeah, I've noticed that anyone getting an interview with the news says their first and last name.
Really?
It's so many. Almost every person I saw was their first and last name.
I would never do that.
Last night, and I know this was live news and there's chaos happening, but as I watched the man be evacuated from his house, and he had paintings with him and a bicycle, and the news guy went up and said, what can I do to help? And he said, can you please take these paintings?
Yeah.
And the news guy said, I'll take them. I work at NBC. You can get them back when you need them. The guy then proceeded to give the NBC guy his phone number, and it went all live on the news.
Ooh.
310. He's like, all right, well, hold on. Yeah, so, that was, moments of humans helping humans, a beautiful thing in this otherwise terrible tragedy.
Why are we all so concerned about our privacy? Seems like we're handing it out left and right.
I don't
First
know.
name, last name, phone number.
Any other takeaways?
562, my takeaway is that Klein groomed Johnny since he was a young boy. And 310, my
That's
takeaway,
my takeaway, too.
is KK.
I groomed the young boy. I said don't pull that clip.
310, my takeaway is that's so KK.
All right, great. Jake, you got a takeaway from today's show?
Yeah, never reinvent the raisin.
That's a good takeaway.
You probably also have that in your cabinet, don't you?
If you don't know what we're talking
No,
about,
I don't have raisins.
I recommend you check out the complete show. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Search Klein Alley Show. Thank you for listening, spreading the word, helping us to #grow the show. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is RIP Yogurt Shop.
RIP Yogurt Shop. And also, I mean that in all seriousness. Not funny at all. That whole street, so sad. I just saw a video from it. Terrible. All gone.
Yeah.
Omar, got a takeaway or you're done? I groomed the young boy. Thank you. Great.
It's so confident. You're so proud of it. That's what I did.
I groomed the young boy.
Yes, I did. Anyway, thoughts and prayers.
Bye.
The world famous KROQ.